Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Kabataan, makisabay ka na.
Kahit may pandemya, huwag madismaya.
Dahil ang solusyo'y nakabang na, sabay tayong matuto at magsaya.
Ikaw at ako, sabay switch on na.
Tara na, matuto na in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
TV, 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 Aralan. TV, 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 kasiyahan. TV, TV, TV,
Kaalaman!
halina
Sumama sa bagong paaralan. Pa-para, pa-pa. Pa-para, pa-pa-pa. Sariling galing ay paiitingin.
Kaalaman ay huwag patigilin.
Karagdagang talino ay matutuklasan na. Buksan ang TV, sarili ihanda.
Kayang ballpen at papel, tayo'y matutunan.
Para tumutok na 3, 2, 1, let's go!
TV, 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 Aralan. TV, 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 kasiyahan. TV, TV, TV,
Kaalaman!
halina't
Sumama sa bagong paaralan. TV, TV, TV,
Aralan.
TV, TV, TV,
Kaalaman.
TV, 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 Karunungan! Halina't matuto sa makabagong paraan.
Ang isip ang tubo.
Handang isipan na bukas. Halina't sumama sa bagong paaralan.
Responding to the challenge nowadays, embracing the new normal stitching ways. The Visayas Central Elementary School is ready to air lessons for your mock shoes. Oh, laging handa, tutulungan ka, kaya huwag kang mag-alala. Kahit ito'y kakaiba sa nakasanayan na, tumutok na at makinig nang masanay ka pa. Sa pagsagot ng module mo, di ka nag-iisa. Responding to the challenge nowadays, embracing the new normal stitching ways. The Visayas Central Elementary School is ready to air lessons for your modules. Oh, na 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 hey, na 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 hey, na 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 hey. AM radio for a good start. You are now listening to New Visayas on Air 99.0 AM radio for a good start.
paminog ka sumanaman mig kapul to langit, woy mig tumpi to tanok kasublan maroson no kunog kailingan na. Kamig balin tutuan noy, no sob-sob to kanamin gaynawa, woy mig punan to kanamin umul tumulo na anon na. No mig pogpono so init ampaw to ingod. Sa ini kay kunto manaman amoy no ritibulsan to langit og sampit tumaroson nun ngaran na. Dumat to kay kon mo panisingan na, kakalayag tahon liyag karang panayangan na, pamulingan mandalingan, woy tumo dumapad sublapad erit habikala namig bahayan nuto katongoda tepog nongnong tepog pataha oyog patanod-tanod kanami tematolos nun tularo no nakabaglit get ampot kawayhana oyaw kaasolom duo ko pianan na, woy katubungan na magbabayo sa ini kako din tugtubaron na igbohoy kuro di koy ko ka magbabayon mamintoran manama no olog nogdayrayon.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شمل الأمات والنصارى والمسلمين في الفلبين وسلط مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في وطننا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين اللهم ارفع عنا البلاء والوباء والزلازل وسيء الأسقام وما ظهر منها وما بطن خاصة كوفيد-19 المنتشرة في العالم يا رب العالمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم آمين يا رب العالمين.
Almighty Father, Creator of heaven and earth, we adore and worship your holy name, our healer, baptizer, Savior, and coming King. We stand in awe to your every creation in land, seas, and air. We humble ourselves, asking for forgiveness for our trespasses. Purify us, cleanse us, make us worthy to call upon you. We thank you, God, for the salvation you freely gave through Jesus. Today we call unto you to bless us and be a blessing to others. Empower our leaders, our teachers, give courage to the parents and inspiration to the young ones. May we always celebrate life and love. May we always acknowledge that without you, we are nothing. This we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Isang layunin, edukasyong di kalidad ay makakamit, kalinangan ay paitingin, pagiging positibo ay pananawigin. Isang diwa, isa sa gawa, para sa ikabubuti ng kapwa. Naniniwala na pagmamahal sa bayan ay solusyon sa kinabukasan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, panalo, Panabo ang sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo, aming liyag, minamahal ng may kapal. Bayan ay labis na mamahalin, pantay-pantay na pagtingin, iba katotohanan. Bawat bata ay may karapatan, sama-sama sa pag-abot ng tagumpay. Di susuko sa mga pagsubok sa buhay. Babaunin ang karunungang natutunan, maging mabuting halimbawa sa karamihan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, Panalo, Panaboan, sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo, aming liyan, minamahal ng may kapal. Ang aming hangarin ay itatatak sa aming puso't damdamin, maglilingkod ng buong katapatan.
Aming liyan, minamahal.
Nag-iisa at natatangi ka sa walang hanggan.
Ng lungsod ng Panabo.
Panabo.
Gising sa umaga, mundo'y naging iba. Si COVID-19, bigla lang dumating. Tayo ay lockdown at home quarantine. At kailangan pang may social distancing. Nalulungkot ka ba? Ika'y nababagot. Huwag mag-alala dahil kami ay may sagot. Gabay sa iyong pagbasa, si mama at papa, si ate, si kuya, pati na rin si lolo at lola. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa, tuloy ang ligaya. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Oh, oh. Sa FF Panabo City, ito ang ating bida. Reading the Lights, ito ang ating programa. Sinusulong ang love sa pagbabasa. Ipagpatuloy natin ang nasimula na. Basic curriculum ating ipinatupad. Home remedial reading ay namayagpag. Modular at radio-based learning modality. TV ARALAN ay di pa huli. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa, tuloy ang ligaya. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang ligaya.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Magandang umaga, New Visayas. Magandang umaga, Panabo City. Mabuhay po ang Panabo City Division. Today is Friday, and when it is Friday, it's Reading Day. Welcome po dito sa ating programa, dito lamang sa Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights. And at tayo, today, magkakaroon tayo o mapapakinggan natin ang mga panibagong set ng mga storya na ibabahagi sa atin ng ating mga kaguruan dito lamang sa Panabo City Divisions. Ayan po, at siguradong inaabangan ito ng ating mga learners at hindi lang mga learners, pati na rin ang ating mga parents and also guardians na sila din yung sumusuporta sa atin, sa kanilang mga estudyante, sa kanilang mga learners, para mas the more pagkita nga magkasinabot o masabta na nga ito ang mga ginahatag ng mga istorya karong mga panahonas. Dagan kayong salamat sa inyong tanan. And this time, ayan po, meron tayong maririnig ngayon ng mga panibagong istorya. And siguradong excited na rin ang ating mga kabataan kung ano mga istorya ang mga ito. Ayan. And of course, ang lahat po ng ating mga story readers ay handang-handa na rin backstage para ipahayag sa atin o ihayag sa atin, ibigay sa atin ang mga pinaghandaan nilang mga istorya na siguradong kapulutan natin ng magagandang aral. Ayan po. And today, bago tayo pumunta o dumako sa ating mga pagbabasa ng ating mga kwento, hayaan niyo pong mag-greet muna tayo, babatiin muna natin ang ating mga DepEd officials. Ayan po, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Renante Solitario, and of course, to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Fabigay Repamonte, to our CID Chief, Sir Januario Yamota, to our SGOD Chief, Ma'am Eileen Anyonguebo, at sa lahat po ng ating mga Education Program Supervisors. Ayan po, our Education Program Supervisor in English, as well as our Division Reading Coordinator, Ma'am Maria Perpetua Angelita G. Suelto. Ayan po, and of course, our Education Program Supervisor in Filipino, Sir Peter Mijares, our Education Program Supervisor in MTV-MLE, Ma'am Giovanni Aguilar, at sa lahat po ng ating mga Education Program Supervisor dito sa Panabo City Division, magandang umaga po. Sa lahat po ng ating mga Public Schools District Supervisors, and of course, sa lahat po ng Public Elementary and Secondary School Heads. Ayan, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. At sa lahat po ng ating mga suki tagapakinig at also mga avid viewers natin siyaan sa ating FB page ng Panabo City Division in Reading Delights. Good morning po sa ating lahat. At kasalukuyan din tayong naririnig dito sa ating paboritong istasyon. Walang iba kundi ang New Visayas On Air 99.0 AM Radio for a good start. Ayan po, magandang umaga po sa ating mga suking tagapakinig dyan sa Himpapawid. And of course, don't forget to like and to share, to react po dito sa ating programa ngayong umaga. Just leave your comments in the section box. Ayan po, huwag kalimutang i-shout out ang ating mga school reading program. Ayan po, at ating mga school of course. And we will have a time to read your comments. Pag meron tayong mga time pa dito, ayan po, hindi man siguro lahat mababasa natin ang mga comments, but for sure, we are so thankful that you are engaging in our program. Ayan po, ang iyong pag-like, ang iyong pag-react, at iyong pag-share dito at pagbibigay ng mga comments dyan sa ating comment section. Ayan po ang pinakamagandang may babahagi ninyo sa ating programa at as a part of your engagement in our program today. So salamat po sa ating lahat. And of course, alam ko na handa-handa na ang lahat upang mapakinggan ang ating mga kwento ngayong umaga. And ayan po, huwag na nating patagalin. Tayo po ay magsisimula na sa ating pagkukwento ngayong umaga. Ayan po, magbabasa tayo ng ating mga details ng ating mga story readers. Handa na ba tayo? Ayan, mag-thumbs up tayo dyan. And of course, magbigay tayo ng mga likes at mga hearts tayo dyan sa ating comment box. If we're ready, ayan po, just put a heart para po makapagsimula na tayo. Ayan. So, meron na ba dyan? So, good morning po sa lahat ng ating mga suking tagapakinig at ang ating mga avid viewers once again. And of course, this time, for sure, inaabangan na ito ng lahat. Let me read to you our first, or the details of our first story reader. Our story reader is coming from Dato Abdul Elementary School. And their school principal is Dr. Paterna F. Caneda. Ayan po, and the reading program is Real. Read everything and learn. Ang istorya na iyahang ibahagi o iyahang ihatag ka nato karong buntaga nagtitulo kini nga si Isko Hambugero. Ito or kini gisuwat ni Rosemary D. Gaduena o gibibuo kini ni Jason R. Gaduena. Ayan po. Our first story reader this very morning, please help me welcome Ma'am Sarah B. Lozano.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Okay, maayong buntag sa tanan. Labi na sa mga ginikanan o kabataan nga kanunay nagapaminaw o nagatanaw og mga unlimited stories diri sa Reading Delights. Karong kabuntagon, kauban nako si Lorenzo Eroy, magtutungha sa Dato Abdul Elementary School ug anaa siya sa ikatulo nga ang-ang. Kumusta man ka, Enzo? Okay ka lang ba? Okay. So, kauban ba nimo ang imong mama karon? Okay, maayo. Andam ka na ba maminaw sa atong istorya karong buntaga? Okay. Ang atong mga viewers, andam na ba usab kamo maminaw sa atong istorya? So kung andam na kamo, sugdan ko na pagsugilon ang atong istorya karon. Giuluhan kini og Isko Hambugero. Sinulat ni Rosmy D. Gadwina ug gidibuho ni Jason R. Gadwina. Apan sa dili pa kita mopadayon, atuwa unang hawanan ang mga pulong nga naa sa istorya nga angay natong hinumduman. Una, pukot, ginagamit pagkuha og isda. Mao kana ang hulagway sa pukot. Kaduha, kapay, parte sa lawas sa isda. Mao kana ang hulagway sa kapay nga parte sa lawas sa isda. Ikatulo, gipahimangnuan, gisultihan o nagpahinumdom. So karon mupadayon kita sa atong istorya nga giuluhan og Isko Hambugero. Sa pinakailalom sa sapa, adunay nagkalain-laing isda ang namuyo dinhi. Usa na dinhi si Isko. Si Isko adunay lahi o kaugalingong kinaiya sa tanang mga isda sa ilahang lugar. Pangutana, kinsa ang adunay lahi o pangkaugalingong kinaiya?
Isko.
Okay, tanaw na to kung sa atong mga viewers aduna bay mga tubag dinha. Pwede na umusula sa inyong mga tubag. Okay, so tanaw na to kung tama ba si Enzo. Okay, naadiri tubag si Keith Zane Nazarino, si Isko ang iyang tubag. So, ang hustong tubag, mao si Isko. Tama. So, padayon ta. Bisan sa pag-adto sa ilang eskwelahan, si Isko kanunay mag-una tungod paspas kaayo siya mulangoy. Okay, pangutana. Nganong kanunay makauna si Isko maabot sa eskwelahan? Si tubag nimo
Tungod kay
Inso.
paspas mo langoy si Isko.
Okay, sa atong mga viewers karon, unsa po itubag ninyo? Okay. Okay, tanaw na to ang hustong tubag. Tungod kay paspas mo langoy si Isko, tama ka Inso. Ho 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 ho. Ana-ana ang akong mahigala nga hinay mo langoy. Ingon ni Isko sa ilaha alimango, uwang og tilapia. Usa ka adlaw ni ana, samtang nagtudlo ang ilahang maestra, gipahimangnuan sila nga dili magdula ug muadto duol sa tulay kay adunay nagaadto didto nga mga mangingisda. Pangutana, kinsa ang nagpahimangno ila Isko nga dili mag-adto duol sa tulay?
Ilang maestra.
Okay, so nga tong mga viewers din ha, unsa man po ilahang mga tubag karon? Okay. Okay, so ang hustong tubag mao nga yes, na si Gerald Olpendo, paspas mulangoy si Isko. Okay, so okay next ang ilaha napon si Juris Jade De Vero ang ilahang maestra. Travis Selmar, Gupyo ang maestra. Okay, so tama ang inyuhang tubag, ilahang maestra. Apan wala naminaw si Isko. Iya hinuong gihagad ang iyang mga higala nga muadto ug magdula sa batuhan duol sa tulay. Miadto gayud si Isko duol sa tulay ug nagdula-dula sa batuhan. Samtang sa layo, naglantaw lamang ang iyang mga higala sa iyaha. Kinsa ang anaa sa layo nga naglantaw kay Isko?
Iyang mga higala.
Okay, so atong mga viewers, tanaw nato unsa usab ang ilahang tubag. Okay, na si Stephen Renz Duhali, iyang mga higala. Si Fonse Lizel, higala ni Isko. Okay, tanaw na to kung unsa ang hustong tubag. Iyang mga higala tama. Sa pagdula-dula ni Isko, wala siya nakabantay nga naipit na diay ang iyang kapay sa pukot. Okay, pangutana, unsay nahitabo kay Isko sa iyang pagdula-dula? Enso.
Naipit ang iyang kapay sa pukot.
Okay, so ang mga viewers na sab nato unsa usab ang ilang mga tubag? Naipit, ingon ni Miel, Raya, Galaura. Naipit siya. Si Maria Audrey, naipit ang kapay sa pukot. Okay, si Cyril, naipit. Okay, tanawan nato ang hustong tubag. Naipit ang ihang kapay sa pukot. Tama. Nakit-an sa iyang mga higala ang nahitabo kay Isko. Giduon nila kini ug giputol dayon ni alimango ang pukot gamit ang iyang hait nga mga ngipon. Dali-dali dayong nigawas si Isko. Okay, pangutana, kinsa ang nagputol sa pukot gamit ang hait nga mga ngipon? Okay, ang situbag nimo Inso.
Alimango.
Okay, so sa atong mga viewers, unsa usab ang ilang tubag? Kay si Maria Audrey, alimango ang iyang tubag. Si Stephen, alimango. Si Ifondol, alimango gihapon ang tubag. O si Juris, alimango. Halos tanan ang ilang tubag, alimango. Tanawon nato ang hustong tubag. Si alimango, tama. Nagpasalamat og dako si Isko sa iyang mga higala, labi na kay alimango. Sukad ni adto, wala na naghinambog si Isko ug kanunay na siyang naminaw sa iyang maestro. Okay, so didto natapos ang ato ang istorya karong kabuntaga. Okay, so Enso, aduna ka ba'y nakatunan sa ato ang istorya karong kabuntagon?
Opo.
Okay, so unsa man ang ato ang nakatunan? Ikaw Enso, na aduna unsa may imong nakatunan sa ato ang istorya karong kabuntagon?
Hmm? Ang mapahistas kun dili gayod magpalampuson, kanunay maminaw sa mga maayong pahimangon, kay kini makatabang ug maayo sa atong kaugalingon.
Okay, so mao kadto ang atong makatunan, no? Ang mapahitas-on dili gayud magmalampuson. Ug kanunay gayud maminaw sa mga maayong pahimangno, labi na sa atong kuano sa mga ginikanan nato, kailangan maminaw gyud ta. Kay tungod kay ang ilang pahimangno kanato, especially sa mga kabataan, sama ni Enzo, makatabang ug makaayo gayud sa inyong kaugalingon. So karon, dunay mga pangutana nga ato karong tubagon. Una, unsa ang uluhan sa maong istorya? A. Si Esku buutan. B. Isku hambugiro. C. Isku ang isda. Okay, unsa man ang hustong tubag?
B.
B. Okay, sa atong mga viewers, okay, si Stephen, B. Okay, si Nel, B. Then, okay, so halos sa mga tubag, letter B. So, tanaw na to ang hustong tubag, kung tama ba? Okay, so ang hustong tubag, si letter B, is ku hambugero. Okay, tama. Tama, jud ang inyong mga tubag. Ikaduhang pangutana, kinsa ang gisgutan sa maong istorya? A. Iko. B. Kiko. C. Isko. Okay, unsa imong tubag, Ensu?
C po.
C. Okay, sa itong mga viewers, letter C, si Emiel. Andre, letter C. Sofia, C. Okay, halos tanan, letter C, ang ilahang tubag. Tanaw na to, ang hustong tubag. Okay, letter C is ku. Tama. Okay, ikatulong pangutana. Nganong kanunay makauna si Isku pag-adto sa eskwelahan? Letter A, tungod paspas kaayo siya mulangoy. B, tungod didto na siya matulog. C, tungod sayo siya moadto sa eskwelahan. Unsa imong tubag, Enso?
Tungod paspas kaayo siya mulangon.
Okay, so sa ato ang viewers karon, si Kaisa A, Juris letter A, si Kai letter A, si Wenzel letter C. Okay, so halos tanan ang ilahang mga tubag letter A. Tanaw na to kung unsa ang hustong tubag. Okay, letter A, tungod paspas kaayo siya mulangoy. Ikaupat na pangutana. Unsay nahitabo kay Isko samtang nagdula-dula siya sa batuhan? Letter A, naipit siya sa bato. B, nasikop siya sa mga nangisda. Letter C, nasangit ang iyang kapay sa pukot. Mutubag inso.
D. Nasangit
Letter?
ng kapay sa pukot.
Okay, tanawin na to ang atong mga viewers answer. Letter? Si Maria, letter C. Si Stephen, letter C. Sophia, letter C. Ug halos letter C ang ilahang mga answers. Tanaw na to ang tamang ang tubag. Letter C, nasangit iyang kapay sa pukot. Okay, ikalimang pangutana. Kinsa ang nagputol sa pukot para makagawas si Isko? Letter A, tilapia. Letter B, alimango. Letter C, uwang. Okay, ang tawag din mo inso?
B. Alimango.
Okay, tanawan usab nato ang tubag sa atong mga viewers. Okay, si Gerald, letter C. Si Stephen, letter B. Maria, letter B. Okay, so halos ang ilang tubag, letter B. Ug tanaw na to ang tamang tubag, hustong tubag. Letter B, alimango. Okay, tama ang inyong mga tubag. So, salamat kaayo ug diri na human ang atong istorya karong buntaga. Okay, nahuman na ta no. Akong ipaabot ang akong mga pagpasalamat sa mga ginikanan ni Lorenzo Eroy nga walay puas sa pag suporta sa ilang mga anak. Then sa atong mga viewers, very participative kaayo sa atong mga story no. Then sa atong host school station, yung Visayas Elementary School sa paghatag og higayon. Sa among school MTB coordinator Ma'am Melanie Cano ug sa among school principal Madam Paterna Cañeda. Ug labi na sa mga nagpaluyo aning programa sa Panabo City Division Reading Delights nga gipangunahan ni Sir SDS Runante Isritario and Ma'am Bimbi Suelto. Once again, thank you and to God be the glory. Bye.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Daghang kay salamat, Ma'am Sarah B. Lozano of Dato Abdul Elementary School, kauban ng iyahang pupil interactor na si Lorenzo Eroy ng Dato Abdul Elementary School. Simple lang kayo ang iyahang pahimangnog kanatong tanan, pinaagi sa iyang istorya nga naguluhang si Isko Hampugero. Sinasabi niya dito, ang mapahitason, dili gayud magmalampungson. Kanunay maminaw sa mga maayong pahimangno kay kini makatabang o makaayo sa atong kaugalingon. Daghang kay salamat Ma'am Sarah sa imuhang paghatag kanamo sa kaning nindot kaayo nga istorya karong buntaga o naghatag gayud o nindot po kayo pagtulunan para kanaton tanan. God bless you, ma'am. And today, let us proceed to our next storyteller. Ayan po. So, bigyan muna natin ng heart si Ma'am Sarah. Ayan, meron pa tayong sino makapagbibigay ng mga 5 hearts para sa kanya. Ayan po, i-chat natin dyan sa ating comment box. And tayo po, ayan, thank you James Gafate, ayan po. Thank you, teachers. Thank you for the 3 hearts for Ma'am Sarah. Ayan. So this time, let us proceed to our next storyteller. Ayan po, ang ating next na storyteller is coming from Rizal Elementary School, and their school principal is Ma'am Ramilin F. Antalan. And the reading program is Reading Ingenuity, Zealous to Achieve Learning, o tinatawag nilang Rizal. Ang pamagat ng kwento na ibabahagi niya sa atin ngayong umaga ay pinamagatang Ang Leon at ang manok. Ang leon at ang lamok, ayan, lamok pala. Ito ay isinulat ni Boots S.A. Pastor. Ayan po. Please help me welcome our story reader, Ma'am Julie May Joy E. Habonillo.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Ayan, hello! Magandang umaga mga bata! Ngayon ay araw ng Biyernes at tayo muli ay aaliwin ng iba't ibang kwento na may hatid ng kasiyahan at kapupulutan ng aral. Kumusta naman kayo dyan sa inyong mga tahanan? Ayan, naway nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan at may malulusog na pangangatawan. Ako nga po pala si Teacher Jerly mula sa Paralang Elementarya ng Rizal. At ngayong umaga ay may makakasama rin tayo on screen. Nagagalak na ba kayong makilala siya? Kaya ayan, kuya, magpakilala ka na.
Magandang umaga po, Teacher Jolly at sa lahat ng mga mag-aral. Ako po ay si Lucas Keo, Educator mula sa Grade 3 SSES.
Ayan, ang ating mga kasama ay si Kuya Luke. Kumusta ka naman, Kuya? Kuya, kumusta ka naman? Okay, mabuti. Sinong kasama mo ngayon?
Kasama ko po ang aking mami.
Ayan. So, bumati ka naman muna sa ating mga tagapakinig at tagapanood ngayong araw. Mag-hi ka, Kuya, sa ating mga tagapakinig.
Hello po.
Ayan, shy naman si Kuya. So, handa ka na ba, Kuya, sa ating kwento ngayong umaga?
Opo.
Ang ating mga tagapakinig, handa na ba kayo? Alright, so bago tayo magsisimula, alamin muna natin ang mga kahulugan ng mga piling salitang ating maririnig o makakasalubong sa kwento. Ito ay upang lubos nating maunawaan ang isinasaad ng kwento. So kuya, maari mo bang basahin ang mga salitang may kulay asul?
Opo. Yamutin.
Yamutin, na ibig sabihin niyan ay ating inisin, asarin o galitin.
Nailagan.
Nailagan, ang ibig sabihin ay naiwasan.
Ipinagaspas.
Ipinagaspas, na ibig sabihin ay ikinampay.
Kawan.
Kawan, na ang ibig sabihin naman ay kumpol o pangkat o grupo.
Palalo.
Palalo, ito naman ay mapagmataas at hambog.
Pag-alagwa.
Pag-alagwa, na ibig sabihin niyan ay pagpupumiglas. Kaya, halina, samahan niyo kami sa ating virtual na paglalakbay. At ngayon ay tunghayan natin ang kwento tungkol sa ang leon at ang lamok. Muling isinalaysay ni Boots S.A. Pastor. Halaw mula sa pabula ni Aesop. Isang araw sa gubat, naisipang yamutin ng isang hambog na lamok ang isang natutulog na leon. Ilang beses siyang bumulong sa tenga ng leon hanggang sa magising ito. Nagalit ang leon. Gamit ang paa, hinampas niya ang lamok. Ngunit mabilis na nakailag ang lamok. Hindi ako takot sa iyo, leon. Kahit ikaw ang itinuturing na hari ng kagubatan. Kutya ng lamok sa leon. O ayan, may tanong ako kuya. Sino ang nang-iinis kay leon?
Ang lamok.
Ang lamok. Tingnan nga natin ang ating mga tagapanood at nakasagot din ba? Alright, sabi ni Lyra, si lamok. Tingnan nga natin ang sagot ni kuya. Okay, tingnan nga natin kung tama ba ang sagot na lamok. Tama! Si lamok. Ayan, sabi ni Kian, si lamok. Tayo magpatuloy. Nagalit ang leon sa sinabi ng lamok. Hinabol niya ang lamok upang kagatin ito. Ngunit muli, mabilis na nailagan ng lamok ang matatalim na pangil ng leon. Pinagtawanan pa niya ang leon dahil hindi siya mahuli-huli nito. O ayan kuya, sa galit ni leon sa sinabi ng lamok, ano ang kanyang ginawa?
Hinabol upang kagatin.
Hinabol upang kagatin. Ayan, tingnan nga natin. Magaling! Hinabol niya upang kagatin. Ito nga ang ating mga tagapakinig. Okay, ayan. Sabi ni Eloisa, hinabol niya para kagating. Magaling. Tayo'y magpatuloy. Kapag Juan ay mabilis na ipinagaspas na lamok ang kanyang mga pakpak. Sa sinyal ngayon ay dumating ang isang kawan ng mga lamok. Hinabol ng mga lamok ang leon. Pinagkakagat nila ang leon at sinipsip ang dugo nito. Ayan, kuya. Ano ang ginawa ng mga lamok kay leon?
Hinabol, hinagat, at sinapsip ang dugo.
Wow, hinabol at kanyang kinagat. Kanyang sinipsip din ang dugo. Tingnan natin. Magaling! Kanila itong hinabol, pinagkakagat at sinipsip ang dugo. Ayan, sa ating mga tagapanood, sabi ni Maylita, hinabol. Ayan. Sabi rin ni Gabriel, kinagat niya. Magaling. Sabi naman ni Nelson, kinagat at sinipsip ang dugo. Ayan, tayo'y magpatuloy. Sumigaw sa sakit ang leon. Tumakbo siya sa karatig na ilog at inilublog niya ang sarili sa tubig upang makaiwas sa mga lamok. Sinundan ng mapagmataas na lamok ang leon. Tanggapin mo na ang iyong pagkatalo, Haring Leon, at baka sakaling labayan na kita. Wika ng lamok. May araw ka rin. Ikaw na palalong lamok. Sigaw ng leon mula sa tubig. Kuya, saan tumakbo si leon upang makaiwas sa mga lamok?
Tumakbo si leon sa ilog.
Ayan, tumakbo si Leon sa ilog. Tingnan nga natin. Magaling! Tumakbo siya sa ilog. Ang ating namang tagapakinig. Sabi ni Wenzel, sa ilog. Sabi ni Igan, sa ilog. Sabi rin ni Rap, sa ilog. Magaling! Tayo magpatuloy. Pagbaling ng lamok upang umalis, ay di sinasadyang nahagip niya ang bahay ng isang gagamba. Dumikit siya sa sapot at anumang pag-alagwa ang gawin niya ay hindi siya makawala. Sa ilang sandali pa, nakita niya ang gutom na gagambang papalapit sa kanya. At doon nagtatapos ang ating kwento ngayong araw tungkol sa ang leon at ang lamok. So kuya, sa kwento natin ngayon, ano ba ang kanyang nais na ipabatid?
Ang galaw ng kwento ay sunod, pating mayabang sa maraming kakayahan dahil kapag hindi mo mapalitigan at ikaw ay mapahinga lamang.
Ayan, correct. So may aral naman ang ating kwento ngayong umaga na dapat ang pagkakaroon ng kumpiyansa sa sarili na higit pa sa kayang pangatawanan ay hindi mabuting saloobin. So dapat kung ano ang kaya nating gawin, yan ang kaya nating panindigan. Ayan, bago tayo magtapos, may mga tanong tayo dito. Okay, unang tanong, sino-sino ang mga tauhan sa kwento? Letrang A, sina Leon at Daga. Letrang B, sina Leon at Lamok. Or letrang C, sina Leon at Matsing.
Letra B, sina Leon at Lamok.
Ayan, so bago natin ipakita ang sagot ni Kuya kung ito'y tama, tingnan muna natin ang sagot ng ating mga tagapanood. Ayan, sabi ni Alisa, letrang B. Sabi ni Olive, letrang B. Si Gabriel, ni Tess, letrang B. Tingnan nga natin kung tama ang ating mga kasagutan. Tama, Kuya Luke. Letrang B, sina Leon at Lamok. Magaling. Pangalawang tanong, saan naganap ang kwento? Letrang A, sa gubat. Letrang B, sa ilog. Or letrang C, sa bahay. Kuya, anong sagot mo?
Letra A, sa gubat.
Letrang A, sa gubat. Tingnan nga natin kung tama ang sagot ni Kuya. Magaling, Kuya Luke. Letrang A, sa gubat. Dito naman sa ating tagapanood, sabi ni Sofia, letrang A. Sabi naman ni Arnold, letrang A. Narian, letrang A. Ayan, ang gagaling. Pangatlong tanong. Gamit ang kanyang paa, ano ang ginawa ni Leon kay Lamok? Letrang A, kanyang hinampas. Letrang B, kanyang kinarga. Letrang C, kanyang sinipa.
Letra A, kanyang hinampas.
Tingnan nga natin kung tama ba ang letrang A. Magaling. Letrang A, kanyang hinampas. Yan, sabi ni Luis, letrang A. Ni Mel, letrang A. Si Sofia, letrang A. Ang gagaling naman ninyo mga bata. Pang-apat na tanong. Sa kanyang pag-alis, ano ang nahagip ni Lamok at siya ay dumikit? Letrang A, ang kahoy. Letrang B, ang dahon. Letrang C, ang bahay ng gagamba.
C. Ang bahay ng gagamba.
O, tingnan nga natin kung letrang C ba ang tamang sagot. Yehey, magaling! Letrang C. C ang bahay ng gagamba. Sabi ni Igan, letrang C. Ni Joy, letrang C. Si Lovely naman, letrang C, magaling. Panglimang tanong. Ano kaya ang gagawin ng gutom na gagamba kay lamok? Letrang A, kakaibiganin. Letrang B, kakainin. O letrang C, gagawing laruan.
Letra B. Kakainin.
Letrang B, kakainin. Tingnan nga natin. Tama! Letrang C. Kanya itong kakainin dahil siya ay gutom. Sabi ni Travis, letrang B. Sabi naman ni Lizel, letrang B. Sabi naman ni Dinah, letrang B. Oh, ang gagaling ninyo mga bata. Ayan, at doon nagtatapos ang ating kwento. Ngunit bago kami magpaalam, nais muna naming magpasalamat. So kuya, may gusto ka bang pasalamatan?
Salamat po sa iyo, Teacher Joy, at sa pag-link at pasala si Tito Beth Vidal. Salamat din sa lahat ng mga manunood, lalo na sa mga guro at mag-aaral ng ibang elementary school.
Ayan, maraming salamat Kuya Luke sa iyong partisipasyon na maging aking interactor ngayong umaga. Ang galing ni Kuya. At sa iyo ring mga magulang na si Ginoong at Ginang Duplin, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpapaunlak na naibahagi at maging kasama ko si Kuya Luke ngayon sa Unlimited Stories for Reading Delight. Pinabati ko rin at pinapasalamatan si Ginang Lolibet Vidal sa kanyang gurong tagapayo sa pagpapahintulot na maging pupil interactor ko si Luke. At sa amin namang punong guro na si Ginang Ramilin F. Antalan at 10 ng aking mga kasamahan sa Paralang Elementarya ng Rizal. Maraming salamat sa inyong paghihikayat, pagsuporta at paggabay sa akin upang makapagbahagi ng inyong kwentong kapupulutan ng aral sa programang Panabo City Reading Delight. At of course, sa ating mga manunood at taga-subaybay, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat sa oras na inyong ibinahagi ngayong umaga. At sa lahat po na bumubuo at kabahagi ng New Visayas Central Elementary School, AIM Radio 99.0 FM at sa programang Panabo City Reading Delights, maraming salamat po. Muli, ako po si Teacher Jerly kasama si Kuya Luke. Kami ay mag-iiwan sa inyo ng kasabihang sa pagbabasa, hindi ka nag-iisa. Hanggang sa muli, paalam!
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Maraming salamat po, Teacher Journey May Joy E. Habonillo of Rizal Elementary School kasama ang kanyang pupil interactor na si Luke Ischael P. Duping. Ayan po, napakaganda ng kanyang ibinahagi sa atin na isang kwento na pinamagatang ang leon at ang mundo. Ito ay may magandang aral ang kwento at ang aral nito ay ang pagkakaroon ng kumpiyansa sa sarili na higit pa sa kanyang pangatawanan o higit pa sa kanyang pangatawanan ay hindi mabuting salin. Ayan po, maraming salamat once again, Ma'am Dearly, may joy ihabulilyo. Ayan po. So, bigyan mo na natin ng hearts si Ma'am Jerly. Ayan. So, sino pa ang makapagbibigay sa atin ng mga hearts dyan? Ayan po, huwag kalimutang ilagay po sa ating comment box para po magbigay din ng clap para kay ma'am. Ayan po, maghihintay tayo bago po tayo mag-proceed sa ating next storyteller. Ayan, sino kaya ang makapagbibigay ng hearts para kay Ma'am Shirley May Joy Ihabon niyo? Ayan po. Sige, huwag na pigilan ang ating mga sarili o huwag na natin pigilan ang ating mga sarili. Let's give Ma'am Shirley a heart. Ayan po, sino kaya ang unang makapagbibigay ng hearts sa kanya? Ayan. Nagustuhan natin ang kanyang kwento, siguradong nagustuhan ng lahat. Ayan po. At to confirm that nagustuhan natin ang pagkukwento ng Ma'am Shirley, ayan, bigay tayo ng hearts. Meron na ba? Meron na bang makapagbibigay sa kanya ng hearts ngayong umaga? Ayan po, sino kaya? Okay. Maghihintay po tayo. Ayan, maghihintay tayo ng mga hearts natin dyan. At sa ating paghihintay, we would like also to inform everybody na ang ating mga people interactors dito sa ating Unlimited Stories. Ayan, bago natin ipagpapatuloy ang ating informations, congratulations, Ma'am Shirley, ayan, from Jonna Panyo, giving a hearts and a clap. Thank you, Ma'am Jonna, for Ma'am Jonna Panyo for participating in our program today. Ayan, so, maraming salamat po. Again, for the information of everybody. Okay, ayan po. Meron tayong mga konting tinatawag na maliit na problema sa signals natin, pero it's okay. We're gonna work it out and magpapatuloy talaga tayo sa ating programa ngayong umaga. Ayan po, maraming salamat once again. Ayan, from Denise Bigkas Villaluz. Ayan, giving a lots of hearts. Ayan, napakaganda po ng kanyang response sa atin ngayong umaga. Maraming salamat po sa pagpo-comments para sa ating storyteller this very morning. And, ayan po, magpapatuloy tayo ng ating information this very moment. Sa lahat po ng for the information of everybody, lahat po ng ating mga people interactors, dito sa ating programa, dito sa Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights, they have parent consent. Ayan po, signed by their parents. Of course, this parent consent is requested by the program from requested by the management of this program from Attorney Dacumos. Ayan po, para po sa ating safety o sa safety po na sa ating lahat. So, just be reminded na ang lahat po ng ating mga people interactors na nakikita natin dito na nagpa-participate sa ating Unlimited Stories, meron po silang pahintulot ng kanilang mga magulang. At kami pa nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga magulang na pinahihintulutan po ang kanilang mga anak na maging bahagi ng ating programa dito lamang sa Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights. Ayan. So this time, we will going to proceed to our next storyteller. Our next storyteller is coming from San Vicente Elementary School. And the school principal is Dr. Rosemary S. Patriarca. And the reading program is Read Alert. The story that she's going to tell us today is entitled Prophet Elijah. It is published by WS Pacific Publication Incorporation. Ayan po. Please help me welcome our story reader, Ma'am Jeneline C. Hamago.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Hello and good morning to all our live televiewers out there, our kitty viewers of Unlimited Stories for Reading Delight. Thanks God, it's Friday again because as we all know, Friday is our reading day. All right. I'm so excited to share to you our new story for today for our Cater Free English. And before that, I would like to introduce to you my pupil interactor all the way from San Vicente Elementary School. Is he around? Please welcome Erickson Neil Ibabaw.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Oh, good. I feel glad and happy to see you again for the second time around. How are you doing, Erickson Neil?
I am fine today, ma'am. I'm good.
All right, good to hear that. I heard you came to school early. Wow, very early. Watch advocate. Congratulations. All right, are you excited and are you happy to be with me
Yes,
again this
ma'am.
morning?
I am really excited for
Okay, are you
today.
prepared? Are you
Yes.
prepared? All right. So
Yes.
let's not do any delay. Let's start our story today. It's entitled Prophet Elijah. All right. Last time, our story is about Daniel. It's also a Bible story, a Bible character that starts with letter D. This time, it's about another Bible character, which is about Prophet Elijah. It begins with letter E. But before that, I would like to ask from you, give me another Bible story character that begins with letter E, aside from Prophet Elijah. Okay. What about our viewers? Okay, guess. If you are reading a Bible, you know some Bible characters that begins with letter E. All right? Elijah. Uh-huh. Okay, I will give one. Elisha. Okay, from Sophia Hill. Thank you so much. Elisha. Correct. Ezekiel. Uh-huh. Who else? Ezekiel Puma from Ella. All right. So, we will start our story today entitled Prophet Elijah, published by W.S. Pacific Publication Incorporated. It is a Bible story. All right. Now, but before we proceed, let's have first some word meaning. Number one, the first word is starved. 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 It means severe or total lack of nutrients needed for life. That is the word starve. Okay, can you please read word number two, Erickson? Okay, word number two is
Drought. A period of time where is a lack of water on land.
okay, correct. Drought. Third word, brook. 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 A natural freshwater stream smaller than a river. That is the third word, brook. Okay, read number four, Erickson.
Raven. Raven. A large, heavily built crow with mainly black plum,
Plumage.
plumage, feeding cheer, cheerfully on carrier.
All right, that is the fourth word, raven. Now, the last but not the least, the word is prophet. 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 A person regarded as an inspired teacher or proclaimer of the will of God. So those are the five words. Okay, take note of that. Okay, let's proceed to our story proper. After King Solomon died, many bad kings in Israel ruled. They did not care about God. And one of the worst kings was Ahab. King Ahab and his wife Jezebel worshipped a god named Baal. Queen Jezebel wanted everyone to worship Baal. So she hunted down all the prophets of Israel's God. The people were afraid and obeyed them. All right, I have a statement. We will complete the statement, Erickson, based on the first slide. King Ahab and Queen Jezebel worshipped a god named Black. Okay? King Ahab and Queen Jezebel worshipped a god named Black. Named, okay, Erickson, and to our live viewers.
Baal, ma'am.
Yes, correct. Baal. Dainali also says Baal. Neil Baal. Okay, let's proceed. But a prophet named Elijah remained faithful to God. God sent Elijah to King Ahab and Queen Jezebel. There will be no rain until my God says so, Elijah proclaimed. So Israel came under a great drought, and the people starved. Elijah fled to a place God told him to hide in. Then God sent ravens to bring him food to eat. The brook nearby provided Elijah with water to drink. Okay, I have here another statement. We will complete this one, Erickson, and to our viewers. Prophet Elijah warned the people that there would be no black. Prophet Elijah warned the people that there would be no black. Okay, what is your answer, Erickson?
Rain, ma'am.
All right, you're correct. It's rain. Neil says rain. Jane also answers rain. All right. That's why it caused drought in Israel because there is no rain. All right, next. When the brook dried out, God told Elijah to go to Zarephath. At the gate, he met a widow gathering firewood. Please give me some water and food, pleaded Elijah. But the widow only had enough food for one last meal. Don't worry, reassured Elijah. God will provide. And so he did. God provided enough food for Elijah and the widow's family. All right, another statement here. The widow of Zarephath gathering blank when Elijah first met her. The widow of Zarephath gathering blank when Elijah first met her. What is your answer, Erickson?
Firewood.
Correct. The widow of Zarephath gathering firewood. Okay, let's continue. Soon, the son of the widow got sick and died. Through Elijah, God made a miracle. Elijah brought the boy back to life. How happy the mother was. Now I know you are truly a man of God. By then, it has not rained for 3 years. Now, God told Elijah to present himself to King Ahab. Elijah challenged Ahab to bring all the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel. The prophets of Baal and I will give an offering each to our God. The one true God will send a fire to burn the offering. Ahab accepted the challenge. The prophets of Baal called their God all day long. They danced and hurt themselves. Still, no answer came. All right, let's answer this question. What happened when the prophets of Baal prayed to their God for fire? What happened when the prophets of Baal prayed to God, to their God, for fire? A, it started on fire, or B, nothing happened. Erickson.
B. Nothing happened.
Yes. nothing happened. All right, let's proceed. It was now Elijah's turn. He built an altar. The people poured water into it until the trench was filled. Calmly, Elijah prayed. Suddenly, a huge flame came down from heaven and burned everything in the altar. The people fell on their knees and cried, "The Lord is God." Wow. Okay, that ends our story entitled Prophet Elijah. Before we'll proceed to our comprehension question, I would like to hear from you, Erickson, and to our live televiewers out there. What have you learned from our story entitled Prophet Elijah? Okay, Erickson, upon hearing our story, what is your insight or what have you learned from our
Mm,
story today?
I have learned po, ma'am, that nothing is impossible with Lord Jehovah. If we put God first in our life, He will provide our needs, as recorded as in Matthew 6:33. Like Elijah, I will try my best to put God in the center of my life.
Wow, what a very good answer. So brilliant. Thank you so much. Nothing is impossible with God, correct? Because God is powerful. God can do anything. Nothing is impossible with God. Okay? From Travis Selmar Gopio, he said, we should worship the true God. Correct. Okay, another one. Another one. I want to hear from our live televiewers. Nothing is impossible and never stop believing in God. He will provide our needs and protect us. That is from Gabriel Elise. Yeah. Okay, another one. One more from our televiewers. What have you learned from our story, Prophet Elijah? Okay, we should worship the one true God. From Dinah Toribio, just believe in him and his capability and his power. Correct. All right, very good answer. Now let's proceed to our comprehension questions. Okay, for our question number one. Which king of Israel did Elijah warn about the drought? Which king of Israel did Elijah warn about the drought? Is it A. Jehu, B. Ahab, C. Omri, or letter D. Ahaziah? What is your answer, Erickson?
D. Ahab.
Okay, for Neil, it's letter B. For Sophia, it's letter B. Brienne, B. Lyra, B. Gabriel, B. Travis, B. Now let's reveal what is the correct answer. All right, it's letter B, King Ahab. Okay, let's proceed to question number two. Which animals brought Elijah food during the drought he prophesied? Which animals brought Elijah food during the drought he prophesied? Is it letter A, mice, letter B, bears, letter C, ravens, or letter D, wolves?
Letter C. Ravens.
Okay, letter C, ravens. From Paula, it's letter C. From Joanne, letter C. Rosemary, letter C. From Iganchar, letter C. Niel, letter C. Eriched, Chloe, Janelle, it's letter C. Now let's reveal what is the correct answer. All right, you're all correct. It's letter C, ravens. Now, question number three. Okay, will you please read it, Erickson? Kindly please read question number three.
What did Elijah do to make the widow say, "Now I know that you are a man of God"? What did Elijah do to make the widow say, "Now I know that you are a man of God"?
Okay, please read the choices.
A. Create a storm to end the drought. B. Bring her son back from the dead. C. Make his staff ignite. Or D. Do magic.
Okay, what is your answer?
B. Bring her son back from the dead.
All right, what about our viewers? From Andre, letter B. Igan, letter B. Erich, letter B. Sophia, Andre, letter B. Now let's reveal what is the correct answer. All right, it's letter B. Bring her son back from the dead. Now let's proceed to question number 4. Where did Elijah meet the prophets of Baal and Asherah? Where did Elijah meet the prophets of Baal and Asherah? Is it A, Mount Lebanon, B, Mount Carmel, letter C, Mount Shiloh, or letter D, Mount Sinai? What is your answer, Erickson?
Letter B. Mount Carmel.
All right, your answer is letter B. For Andre, it's letter B. Area, letter B. Lyra, letter B. Jira, letter B. Gabriel, letter B. All right, let's reveal what is the correct answer for question number 4. Correct, it's letter B, Mount Carmel. Last but not the least, question number 5. Will you please read it, Erickson?
Who threatened to kill Elijah? Who threatened to kill Elijah? A. Is Baal. B. Astartus. C. Jezebel. Or D. Delilah.
Delilah. All right, what is your answer?
C. Jezebel.
Okay, it's letter C, Jezebel. Now let us, okay, what about our live viewers? What is their answer? It's from Igon, it's letter B. All right, it's from Sophia, it's letter C. What about the others? Miel, it's letter C. Sophia, letter C, sorry. Azalea C. Joanne, letter C. Now let's reveal what is the correct answer. All right, it's Queen Jezebel. All right, that ends our story for today entitled Prophet Elijah. But before that, I would like to share to you the morals of the story. All right, the first moral of the story, or the first lesson from the story, number 1 is God provides in unimaginable ways. God provides in an unimaginable ways. It means it's hard to imagine that ravens would be a channel of provision. They are scavenging birds and are even seen as unclean in some traditions. Yet God used them to provide for Elijah. God can and will use even the most unimaginable channels to provide for us. That's true. All right, let's proceed to our moral number 2. God will show up. God will show up. It means God will do anything He can to prove that He is worthy of honor and glory. But the question is, are we ready to portray that? Or are we too busy proving our own honor and glory? If we put God's glory first, everything else will follow afterwards. The story of Elijah proves that much. Okay? That ends our story today entitled Prophet Elijah. All right, I would like to say thank you, first of all, to Ma'am Julie Tedlos. Hello, Ma'am Julie. Thank you for assisting Erickson Neil Ibabaw, Ma'am Lolita Nemenso, the advisor of Erickson, of course, to Mr. and Mrs. Ibabaw for the permission, for allowing Erickson to be with me today, for our technical working group, Sir Roland, Ma'am Shi, thank you so much, the SBES faculty and staff, of course, our live televiewers, without you, okay, the story won't be this good. Thank you so much for your participation, and above all, thank you so much, Erickson, for responding to my call. Very abrupt. And thank you so much for not saying no, for always saying yes with an open smile. Thank you so much. I will give you time to greet your friends and your classmates before we will end.
Ah, it was for my pleasure and great honor for being chosen as pupil interactor the second time around. I appreciate it po, ma'am. I am always grateful to God for the success of this event. I am thankful also to my parents who is always supported me. Last but not the least, thank you to my beloved advisor, Ma'am Lolita Nemenzo at Ma'am Juliet, and to you, Ma'am Jen. Thank you. You are my inspiration
Wow, thank you
and
so
role
much.
model po.
Good to
Keep
hear
safe
that.
po.
Okay, that ends our story today. Thank you so much, SBS Family Mom Rose. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Keep on reading. Hello. Ay, bye-bye pala. Sorry. Thank you.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you, Ma'am Jeline C. Hamago of San Vicente Elementary School, together with her pupil interactor, Erickson Neil Ibabaw of San Vicente Elementary School. And napakaganda ng kanyang storya na binigay sa atin. That is one of my favorite story in the Bible stories. And Prophet Elijah. It says here, in the moral of the story of what Mom Gemeline has given to us this very morning is saying God provides in unimaginable ways. Ayan po. God will always show up. Ayan. In this story, we can always remember the saying that says, when God guides or where God guides, He provides. And when God leads, He feeds. Ayan. So napakaganda po na kanyang ibinahagi sa atin this very morning. At this time, it's time for us to give a clap and a heart. Ayan po. Para po kay Ma'am Jemeline. Ayan. So, sino po ang makapagbibigay sa kanya ng hearts for this moment? And of course, a clap para sa kanyang napakagandang ibinahagi sa atin na story today. Ayan. So, maghihintay tayo before we're going to proceed once again sa ating next storyteller. Ayan, let me see from our viewers. Ayan, from Ella in Carquez. Ayan, a clap and a lots of hearts. Thank you, Ella, for participating. Thank you for your comments at sa pagbibigay ng hearts at claps para po kay Ma'am Jemeline or Jemeline C. Hamago. Ayan. So today, it's time for us to proceed. Now, meron pa din a lot of hearts, green and red hearts. Dinah Lee Toribio. Ayan, Toribio. Thank you once again sa pagbibigay ng hearts at saka claps para po sa ating storyteller na si Ma'am Jeneline. Ayan, Maika de la Peña. Ayan, napakaganda at napakaraming hearts and claps. Also, from Dinah Lee Toribio. Ayan, napakaganda po ng inyong mga responses para po sa ating storyteller this very morning. Thank you so much. Now, this time, we're going to proceed to our next storyteller. Our next storyteller is coming from New Visayas Central Elementary School. And their school principal, of course, is Sir Julius I. Swelter Principal too. Their reading program is Read for Life. The title of the story that she's going to give us today is The Way of the Woods. It is written by T. Albert and illustrated by maillustration.com. Please help me welcome our story reader, Ma'am Jelly Muanya Matelo.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Visayas. Good morning, everyone, especially to our viewers and listeners for this morning. Good morning. Once again, this is teacher Jinli Muanya Madelo, your storyteller from Nuvisaya Central Elementary School. So today, I will be sharing once again an exciting story with you kids with my pupil interactor, Dexel M. Rapas.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Dexel. How are you today, Dexel?
Okay lang po, ma'am.
Okay, you're doing great. That's good. Are you excited for our story, for our new story for today?
Yes po, ma'am.
Wow, that's great. Mommy, I see your smile, Dexel. Let me see that you are excited with our story. Ayan. All right. So, what now let's start with our story entitled The Way of the Woods. All right. So, this is written by T. Albert and illustrated by maillustrations.com. As we start our story, let me give you some trivias. All right, so the trivia that I will be giving to you kids will be about animals that we can encounter with our story for today. Let's start with the bears. Bears have one of the best senses of smell of any mammal, much better than humans. All right, so remember that, kids. Second trivia. What about for the crows? So later on, we will encounter crow in our story. Being the smart birds that they are, investigate an area for possible threats after another crow dies there. So if there's something or if there's another crow who died in a certain place, before they will live there, they will first investigate the place. Next, animal that we will be encountering later on. Next is weasel. Weasels can prey, can kill prey that is much bigger than it, including rabbits and squirrels. Fourth, animal. What about trivia for the snakes? Snakes smell with their tongue. So they smell using their tongues. Next, dogs. Dogs have better night vision compared to humans due to a special layer behind their eyes which reflects light. And the last animal is chicken. Chickens have great memories and can recognize over 100 faces. Oh, try to imagine that one. So they're like humans, really. Chickens, they can memorize faces. They can easily recognize faces. Over 100 faces. Wow, that's great. So that's for our trivia. Now let's begin with our story. Again, the title of our story, The Way of the Woods. Many years ago, deep in the North Woods, lives a great bear named Popo. He was the strongest and the bravest bear alive and respected by all the forest creatures. One day, all the animals gathered together to discuss some changes in the woods. A new animal that walked on two legs and was covered in strange fur was making its home nearby. They needed a leader and could think of no one better than Popo. They all marched to Popo's cave and asked if he would be the king of the forest. Popo was thrilled, and even though he didn't know what being a king was all about, he gladly accepted. Popo then said, I will need some helpers, and I want Crowley Crow and Willard Weasel to be my advisors. Well, Crowley and Willard were honored, and both agreed to work with King Popo. One day, Slither the snake visited the King Popo and told him of a strange animal he saw close by. Popo asked, where did you see this animal? Slither replied, it lives with a strange two-legged creature at the edge of the woods. Popo thought for a moment and said, Willard and Crowley, go to the edge of the woods and see what this animal is. Within the moments, his two helpers were on their way. In a short while, they were at the edge of the woods, watching the strange animal. King Popo said, Willard, go to the animal and ask what he is and why there is a rope tied around his neck. Without hesitation, Willard scampered across the field and hid behind some plywood close to the strange animal. Psst, said Willard. The strange animal looked around. Psst, I am here, behind the woodpile, Willard said in a louder voice. The strange animal stretched the rope as far as it would go, but not being able to see who was speaking, said, please come out so that I can see you. My master isn't around. Willard came out slowly from behind the woodpile and cautiously approached the strange animal. What type of an animal are you? Asked Willard. I am a dog, and my name is Dillard, he replied. And what are you? He then asked. Me? I am Willard, the vessel representing King Popo, ruler of the forest. Why are you bound to that stake in the ground? Asked Willard. My master keeps me tied so I cannot go into the woods, replied Dillard. No animal should be tied, Willard shouted. I shall bite through the rope to set you free. You can then come into the woods and live with me. In one mighty bite, Willard set Dillard free. Then the two of them ran across the field and into the woods. After Willard introduced Dillard to King Popo and Crowley, they all left. When they got to the center of the woods, the King Popo introduced Dillard to all the other forest creatures. Dillard especially liked meeting Wayne Wolf and Carl Coyote, who seemed to be his cousins. As summer passed, King Popo fattened himself on berries and salmon. Dillard and Willard became good friends. One day, Willard sniffed the air. Oh, what a marvelous smell was being carried in the breeze! Chicken! Eggs! Fresh chicken eggs! Willard thought to himself, I must find them and have a snack. In seconds, he was off running through the woods and following his nose to his favorite treat. His nose led him to the strange creature's house, where he had first met Dillard. He looked around. All was clear. He followed the wonderful smell to eggs into a strange cave. He looked around and couldn't believe his eyes. There were chicken eggs, hundreds of chicken eggs all around him. As he reached for an egg, a chicken saw him and sounded the alarm. Soon, all the chickens were clucking, squawking, and making a fuss. Then he heard something behind him. As he turned, he saw the strange creatures that lived there. The one that Dillard called Master. There was no escape. Dillard was terrified. The strange creature looked at the Willard and said, You varmint! You are the whistle that set Dillard free. Why I ought to... But before he could finish, Willard yelled out, Wait! Don't do that! I can return Dillard to you. Just let me pass and Dillard will be back in a very short time. The strange creature stepped aside and let Willard free. When Willard returned to the woods, he ran to his friends. Dillard! Quick! Follow me! I need your help! Well, Dillard didn't hesitate to help his friend, and off they ran with Willard in the lead. As they crossed the field, Dillard stopped. What's wrong? Asked Willard. My master lives there, and I am afraid to go any farther, Dillard replied. Don't worry, said Willard. Your master is not there. Again, Dillard followed Willard's right into the cave with all the chicken. In a flash, the master had a rope around Dillard's neck. He then looked at the whistle, tossed him an egg, and said, "Thank you for returning my dog." Willard left for the woods without saying a word. Willard remained with the farmer, making sure no whistle or any other varmint ever bothered his livestock. Of our story, it's the end of our story, kids. Now let's have moral of the story. So kids, from the story that I read, what have you learned from the story? I have here some moral of the story, and let me read it to you. Honesty, being truthful to others, and honesty, being truthful to yourself, doing what's right regardless of the situation, and being someone others can trust. Okay, what about you kids? What have you learned from our story? You can freely type on the comment box so I can read later on. But let me ask first, Dexa. Dexa, what have you learned from our story?
Be good to one another po, ma'am.
Can you tell me what have you learned from our story?
Be good to one another.
All right, be good to one another, just like the animals, just like the Popo, just like Willard, Dillard, and Crowley. They are being good to one another. They are good friends, right? And from Travis, he said, "Be honest po, teacher," right? That's great. Be honest all the time. And let me share with you the moral of the story for today. Honesty. So let us be honest all the time. Being honest is being truthful to others, telling the time, just like the characters in the story, and also being truthful to yourself. You can't be honest to others if you are not true to yourself, right? And one thing also, be being what's right regardless of the situation, just like we his master. Even though they were good friends, but then he chose to be honest with the master of Dillard. He brought Dillard back to his master. So that's being honest. And also being someone others can trust. Someone others you can being someone others can trust. So be that someone who is trustworthy, right? Who known to be an honest person. Okay, so that's it for the moral of the story. Let me see if there's more from our viewers. From Mirna Soles, she said, "Good to one another." From Janelle, "Always be honest." That's great, kids. Thank you so much for your answers. Now let's have our question and answer portion. For our question number one, who became the king of the forest? Who became the king of the forest? Letter A, Popo Bear. Letter B, Dillard dog. Or letter C, Crowley crow. Who became the king of the forest? Let's see what is the answer from Tristan. His answer is letter A, Popo Bear. From Angel Kate Sabas, letter A. From Mac Andre, letter A. From Angel A. Janelle A. From Travis A. Mirasol A. From you, Dexa, what is your answer in number 1?
A po, ma'am. Popo Bear.
Popo Bear. Okay, and the correct answer is letter A, Popo Bear. He became the king of the forest. Second question. And for our second question, what was the reaction of Popo when he was chosen to be the king? What was the reaction of Popo when he was chosen to be the king? Letter A, Popo was so happy and excited. Letter B, Popo was terrified and ran away. Letter C, Popo was thrilled but gladly accepted the great responsibility. Let's hear first from Dexa. What is your answer?
Si po, ma'am. Popo was thrilled but gladly accepted the responsibility.
Okay, what about from our viewers? What's your answer? Okay, from Janelle, letter C. Tristan, letter C. CJ, letter C. Kate, letter C. From Jason, letter C. From Travis, letter C. From Mirasol, letter C. Angel, Kate, C. All right. From Myrna Soles, letter C. Prince C. Lovely C. Wow, we have a lot of answers here from our viewers. Dreamer C. Prince C. Angel Kate C. And the correct answer is C. Popo was thrilled but gladly accepted the great responsibility. That's great, kids. For the third question, what was the name of the strange animal? What is the name of the strange animal? Letter A, Willard. B, Dillard. C, Crowley. Again, Dexel, can you read the choices?
A. Willard. B. Dillard. C. Crowley.
Okay, so let's see first from our viewers. What was the name of the strange animal? Let's see what's your answer. From Tristan, letter B, Dillard. Let's wait for our from Kate, letter B, Jason, letter B, Prince, letter B. From Mirasol, letter B, and from Alexa, what is your answer?
Letter B po, ma'am. Dillard.
Dillard. And the correct answer is letter B, Dillard. Dillard was the strange animal that they saw. Okay, very good, kids. Next question. Who set Dillard free? Who set Dillard free? A, Willard, B, Dillard dog, or letter C, Crowley crow. Dexa, what is your answer?
A po, ma'am. Willard whistle.
Letter A, Willard Vessel. And from our viewers, let's see what's their answer. Who set Dillard free? From Travis, letter A, Myrna Solis, A po, teacher. From Prince A. All right, let's see another one. From Mirna Solas, letter A po, teacher. And the correct answer is letter A, Willard Wiesel. He's the one who set Dillard free. And our last question. And for our last question, how did Willard reach the strange creature's house? How did Willard reach the strange creature's house? Letter A, he followed the wonderful smell of eggs. B, he played hide and seek. C, he chased the chicken. Dexel, can you read again the question and the choices?
How did Willard reach the strange creature's house? A. He followed the wonderful smell of eggs. B. He played hide and seek. Or C. He chased the chicken.
Okay, let's see from our viewers what's their answer. From Angel Kate, letter A. From Prince A, Glenn A. From John Aldrich A. There's a lot of A. Glenn Dominguez, letter A. Mirasol A. And from Dexel, what's your answer?
A po, ma'am. He followed the wonderful smell of eggs.
And the correct answer is letter A. He followed the wonderful smell of eggs. Yay! Congratulations, kids and Dexel. You got it all right. Thank you so much for listening. And that's the end for our question and answer portion. All right. Thank you so much. And Dexel, before we end, do you want to greet your friends or your loved ones?
Thank you po sa po si Graduate you always watching the live episode.
I think the internet connection of Dexel is not that good. Dexel, can you say it again because I cannot hear you? What's that again? Who do you want to greet?
Thank you po sa aking classmate na si Jadway aking mama at papa po.
All right. So Dexel is greeting his classmate and at the same time his mama and papa who are always supporting him, especially every Friday during our Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights. Okay, that's it, Dexel? Yun lang ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
All right. So that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for watching po, and for all the parents who are always supporting their kids, for all the learners all over the world, for all the kids, thank you so much. God bless you, everyone, and see you next Friday. Goodbye.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Jenly Moanya Madela of New Visayas Central Elementary School, together with your people interactor, Dexel Rapas. Ayan po. The title of the story that she has given to us is The Way of the Woods. And the moral of the story, it simply says here, honesty. Being truthful to others, being truthful to yourself, doing what's right regardless of the situation, being someone others can trust. Ayan po, napakasimple po ng kanyang ibinahagi sa atin, but very meaningful para po sa ating lahat. It reminds us to become, as always, to become honest as always po. Ayan po, because being honest is a very good character of a person, and we should always be honest to ourselves, to others, and to what we are doing, regardless if the people are doing the wrong thing. We should always keep doing the right thing. And well, once again, Mom Jen Limonia, thank you so much for the story together with your Google Interactive. Before we're going to proceed to our next storyteller, magbibigay po tayo ng panahon sa ating mga live viewers dyan sa FB na magbigay po ng hearts at saka clocks for Mom Chenly for today. And while waiting for their clocks and for their hearts na kanilang ilalagay sa ating comment sections, let me inform once again. Ayan, repeat announcement po ito para po sa ating lahat na ang lahat ng ating mga people interactors dito sa ating Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights, they have their parent consent from their parents. It is signed by their parents, and this program is requested a parent consent from attorney Dakumos. Ayan po, para po sa safety po natin lahat. Ayan, thank you so much. Thank you, Micah de la Peña, for a very wonderful a wonderful comment for our storyteller. Maraming hearts at saka maraming claps. Also to Ella in Carcass. Ayan, thank you so much for participating. Thank you for the hearts and for the claps. Ayan, for a lots of hearts. Lovely Saligan Alfetche. Thank you so much for the response to our story reader this very moment, Ma'am Shenli Moanya. Now this time we're going to proceed to our next storyteller. Let's go to Science Stories. Ayan. Our storyteller is coming from Rodrigo Di Mapitad Senior Elementary School, and their school principal is Sir Alfredo Ogi Jr., Principal 1. And the title of the story that she's about to tell us today is all about Dr. Josete Bio, a scientist and an educator. The story is arranged by the storyteller. Please help me welcome our story reader for this very moment, Ma'am Miracel A. Diaz.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, viewers. Welcome to another exciting episode of today's Reading Delights. I am teacher Neracel A. Diaz. I am your storyteller in science for today's episode. I don't have any pupil interactor this morning due to some uncontrollable circumstances. But I welcome everyone for this episode, and I am encouraging the live viewers, especially the students and the teachers as well, to participate with me and give your answers and every questions along the way. Okay? Are you ready to hear our science amazing story this morning? To all our viewers, please pay attention as we read the story so that you can answer the different questions. But before that, before we start our story, let us know first the meaning of different words that we are going to encounter in our story. Okay, we have the first word, planet. Okay, what do you mean by planet? It is a celestial body moving in an elliptical orbit around a star. Okay, then the next is comet. Comet is a celestial object consisting of a nucleus of ice and dust. And the third one, we have asteroid. Asteroid, a small rocky body orbiting the sun. Okay, so those are the different words. By the way, from our live viewers, who can guess what will be our topic this morning? Okay, do you know the person or that picture of a woman? Okay, from our live viewers, who knows that woman? Okay, so I'm sure that picture is new to you. And that woman is Dr. Joseph Pio. She is a scientist and an educator. Okay, let us now start our story. In March 19, 1958, a lovely child was born in Haniway, Iloilo. She was named Josette Bio. She earned her bachelor's degree in biological science from the University of the Philippines, Visayas in Miagao, intending to continue to medical school. Instead, she took a teaching post and afterward earned a PhD in biology from De La Salle University in Manila. Okay, so there is a question. Where did Dr. Joseph Bu earned her PhD in biology? Okay, may I know the answers from our live viewers? Where did Dr. Joseph Bu earned her PhD in biology? Yes, Rafael Toledo, what's your answer? Where did Dr. Joseph Bayo earn her PhD in biology? Okay, the answer is Dr. Joseph Bayo earned in De La Salle University. Okay, Aldi Dante, that's correct. Congratulations. Okay, let's continue our story. Her dissertation examined seagrass community dynamics on Guimaras Island. In 2004, Bio was conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanities by the Manila Central University. Okay, my question is, in what university does Dr. Joseph Bio conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanities? May I know the answer from the live viewers? In what university does Dr. Joseph Bio conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanities? Yes, from the live viewers. Okay, De La Salle University. Another answer? Okay, the answer is in Manila Central University. Okay, so let's continue. After her research concluded, Dr. Bio spent 8 years teaching in a rural community in her home province, Iloilo. She used her knowledge of biology to educate the residents in primary health care using local plants and ingredients. Okay, another question. What did Dr. Pio introduce to the residents in Iloilo about taking care of their primary health? Okay, the answer is by using local plants and ingredients. Okay, so let's continue. In 1995, BU accepted a science teaching position at the Philippine Science High School Western Visayas campus. In her 3 years there, she developed an educational philosophy that fosters a culture of science. She also organized teaching trips for educators on the island of Panay, was invited to Laos and Cambodia to speak on her teaching ideology, and developed a formal method of science teaching and research. Question: why did Dr. Joseph Bio invited to Laos and Cambodia? Okay, from the live viewers, why did Dr. Joseph Bio invited to Laos and Cambodia? Who can answer? Okay, yes, the answer is to speak on her teaching ideology and developed a formal method of science teaching and research. Okay, so let's continue. Bio served as the executive director of the Philippine Science High School System from October 17, 2011 to March 31, 2014. Afterwards, she became the director of the Department of Science and Technology, Science Education Institute. She has received international recognition for her contributions to science and education. Okay, question. In what agency does Dr. Joseph Bio became a director? In what agency does Dr. Joseph Bio became a director? Okay, the answer is in the Department of Science and Technology, Science Education Institute. Okay, si Ma'am Aldi Dante, Philippine Science. Okay, next. Dr. Bio made several science research and teaching methods that encourages students to adopt several learning and life behaviors. In order to maximize their career potential, it includes build a physical library of science books, conduct field studies that ask interesting and difficult questions, establish personal connections with the research institutions and laboratories, hold science forums in and after school, teach students field and lab techniques to aid in research works. Bia's mentorship and teaching methods have cultivated noteworthy scientists in diverse fields of research, including oceanography, marine life, physics, and robotics. Due to her dedication and passion made in any science research, she received various awards and honors, both local, national, and international. The highest award given to Dr. Joseph Bio was the International Excellence in Teaching Award that she received during the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in 2002 at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Lincoln Laboratory, USA. Okay, question. What was the highest award given to Dr. Joseph Peel during the International Science and Engineering Fair in 2002? Okay, may I know the answer from the live viewers? I think the live viewers they find difficulties on this topic. Okay, so the answer is International Excellence in Teaching Awards. Okay. On July 24, 2000. Ayan, yes, Ella Encarquez. That's correct. International Excellence in Teaching Award. Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue. On July 24, 2002, the Florian Main Belt asteroid 13241 discovered by Linear at Lincoln Labs ETS in 1998, was named in honor to Dr. Josette Biot due to her many contributions in the field of science. Okay, so that is the planet Biot. Okay, next question. What planet was named after Joseph Pio? I think this is a very simple questions for you to answer, live viewers. What planet was named after Joseph Pio? Yes, from the live viewers, what's the answer? Planet Beo. Yes, that's correct. Another one. Congratulations, Alde. And another one, a Planet Beo from Ella Incarquez. Okay, another answer. Jupiter. Okay. Another one. From our live viewers, hello. What planet was named after Joseph Pio? Uranus? Okay, the correct answer is 13241 Pio. Okay, that was named after Joseph Pio. Okay, let's proceed. She received a letter from the Lincoln Laboratory Aerospace Division of MIT telling her that the otherwise faceless planet 13241 was now her planet, Planet Pio. It is a minor planet between Mars and Jupiter. It was a tribute to an amazing educator who equipped and motivated her students to pursue their own scientific pursuits. Okay, that's the picture of Joseph Pio. Then, question. From where did Dr. Joseph Pio receive a letter informing that 13241 is now her planet? Okay, I think the answer is too long for you to remember. From where did Dr. Joseph Pio receive a letter informing that 13241 is now her planet? From Lincoln Laboratory Aerospace Division. Okay, so very good, Ella in Carcass, Lincoln Laboratory. Okay. And that ends our story this morning. So this time, may I know what have you gained from the story that I've shared to you? Okay, we will know the moral lesson of this story. Okay, who can give a moral lesson from the story? Okay, from the live viewers. Can you guess? Or can you say something about the life of Joseph Pio? Okay, so the moral of the story is first we have Joseph Bayo stands for life is not about being comfortable. It's about making a difference by helping people in need. So it means that you have to do things, no, which other people benefit from it. We have to extend our help always to people asking for help. Okay, from Ella in Kirkes, study hard. Yes, that's it, Ella. That's very good. And okay, so next is live life to the fullest and be happy always. No? Okay. It is said that when you are contented of doing such thing, especially for the good of others, then you will be happy. Okay, happy lang. Okay. So, thank you live viewers for your answers. And now, let's proceed to our short quiz. Okay, I am encouraging the live viewers to please comment your answer in the comment section. Okay, number one. Who was the Filipino born from Iloilo and known scientist and educator? Aldi Dantes, letter A. Another answer. Okay, Travis, A. Okay. The answer is letter A. Congratulations. Okay, number two. In what university does Dr. Joseph Bio conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanities? In what university does Dr. Joseph Bio conferred with an honorary doctorate in humanities? The answer is, okay, from Samsam A, Micah de la Peña. Hi, Micah. A, Eliza A, then Janice A, Aldi A, Travis B. The answer is, okay, the correct answer is letter A. Yay! Number three. What was the highest award received by Dr. Joseph Pio? What was the highest award received by Dr. Joseph Pio? A. Outstanding Teacher of the Philippines. B. Distinguished Lasallian Award. C. International Excellence in Teaching Award. Okay, from our live viewers, what's the answer? From Aldi, letter C. Janice, letter C. Ariel, letter C. Ella, letter C. Aishi, letter C. Travis, letter C. Maria, C. Rosalinda, C. So many C. Vanessa, C. Eliza, C. Micah, C. The correct answer is letter C. Very good. Okay, number four question. In what agency does Dr. Joseph Bio became the director? In what agency does Dr. Joseph Bio became the director? A. Department of Health. B. Department of Science and Technology, Science Education Institute. Letter C. Philippine Science High School. Okay, the answer of Samsam is letter C. Aldi is letter B. Next, another answer. Angel B, Jeanette B, Emmeline. Okay. Another answer. Ishi B, Eliza B, CJ B, Samsung B. The correct answer is letter B. Congratulations. Next, number five. What planet was named after Dr. Joseph Bio? What planet was named after Dr. Joseph Bio? A. 1324 1PO, B 7431 Chet Aguilar, C 6636 Kentonar. I think the answer is very easy. Okay, so Ishi A, Jens A, Micah A, Aldi A, Rosalinda A, Travis A, Evandel A. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. Congratulations to our live viewers for participating. Okay, so that ends for our episode this morning. Thank you to all our live viewers for participating. Very lively live viewers. Okay. So thank you to all our very participative live viewers. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our former education supervisor in science, Ma'am Helia Pueblo, and present education program supervisor, Dr. Maria Nenita G. Tuazon, for this extraordinary experience. And to our principal, Sir Alfredo Ogie Jr., Ma'am Don Nobles, and New Visayas teaching staff and their principal. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Until next episode.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you, Ma'am Nerasol A. Diaz of Rodrigo D. Mapited Senior Elementary School. And we are so thankful of your story, ma'am, that you have given to us this very morning, all about Dr. Joseph Bio, a scientist and an educator. It is, or it has a moral story that tells us life is not about being comfortable, it's about making a difference by helping people in need. Thank you once again, Mom Nerasol A. Diaz. Now, this time, it's time for us to response or to give response to Mom Nerasol's storytelling this very morning. Can we give Mom Nerasol a heart and also a clap? Again, so magbibigay po tayo sa kanya ng mga appreciations natin. Heart tayo. At saka yung mga claps natin. Ayan, maghihintay tayo ng mga response natin sa ating mga FB viewers, sa ating mga live viewers nowadays. Ayan, napakaganda ng ating mga storyang na napakinggan ngayong umaga. And we also like to thank you, Ella and Cargis, for giving hearts. And claps for Mom Nerasol A. Diaz. Ayan, for Micah de la Peña, lots of hearts. And claps also from Travis Selmore Gopio. Ayan, hearts. Daghan kayong hearts sa iyong gihatag sa inyong ma'am. So this time, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga viewers natin, most especially sa mga nagko-comment sa atin ngayong umaga. Daghan kayong salamat for Fuentes Gemeline. Ayan, giving me hearts and claps for Mom Nerasol A. Diaz. Thank you so much. Now this time, let's proceed to our next storyteller. Our next storyteller is coming from San Vicente National High School. Their school principal is Sir Rustico P. Hernandez Jr., Principal 2. And the reading program is Reader's Prize. The title of the story that she's going to give us today is all about the scholarship check-in. It is written by Martha Salinas, and the illustration is taken from YouTube videos. Please help me welcome our story reader, Ma'am Elsie O. Inigo.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Sheila Marie de los Reyes. So, hello to our dear audience, to our pupils and our students. How are you doing today? Happy Friday! So, happy first day of April 2022. So, I hope you're doing great. Perhaps some of you are having their progressive limited face-to-face already in your respective schools, and still others are waiting for them to join. They're so excited to join the progressive limited face to face. So, but do not forget that every Friday, this is our habit, the unlimited stories for reading delights. So, this time I will bring you a story. This is for everyone, but specifically, I would like to give a shout out to our high school students out there from the different public and secondary schools here in Panabo City. How are you, dear high school students? Are you ready for our story this morning? And of course, I know that the very active participants here are coming from the elementary pupils. Hello out there. Okay, according to Travis, good morning po, ma'am. Good morning then, Travis. So, are you excited? Are you ready? I'm back for another story. Remember the story that I gave you the other week entitled The Last Leaf? Okay, this time I am bringing you again another story entitled The Scholarship Jacket. Is it new to you? Have you heard the school giving away scholarship jackets? Okay, so this morning, I would tell you about how important the scholarship jacket is. Do you have a jacket? What's the color? This morning, this story is written by Martha Salinas. But before I will give you the story, of course, let us get to know some new words. Perhaps familiar for others, but of course, still, we will be reminded of what the words mean. Let's take word number one for our vocabulary and spelling as well, as I will give to you the definition of the word and I will tell you the word. Please spell it fastly in the comment section. I will recognize those who can spell it right, the first one to give the correct spelling. Are you ready? The first word is an adjective. It means the ability to move quickly. The word is agile. Again, an adjective which means the ability to move quickly. The word is agile. Like athletes, they are agile. Are you agile too? Okay, type in now how should be the word agile will be spelled correctly. Spell the word agile. Okay, let me see if any one of you can spell it right. Let me see. Anybody? Can you spell the word agile? I have seen CJ Damulo. He spelled Agile. Then you are correct. Okay, so that's agile. The second word is a verb. It means to cause to lose courage. Again, to cause to lose courage. The second word, spell dismay. Are you dismayed because of pandemic? Kinda. Okay, so what is another? Oh, how will you spell the word dismay? To cause to lose courage. Okay, or discourage. What is the other term for discourage? It is dismay. Anybody? Spell the word dismay again. CJ Damolo got it right with a ISMA. You are correct. That is our second word. Don't be dismayed, for the pandemic because for sure the pandemic brings better things. God allows it. Okay. And then the third word. Let's proceed to our third word. The third word is a verb. It means to listen secretly to what is said in private. Have you experienced to eavesdrop? The word is eavesdrop, to listen secretly to what is said in private. So, as we all know, eavesdropping is not good because, of course, listening to a secret conversation is not good. So, the third word is eavesdrop. Can you spell eavesdrop? I have seen coming the correct spelling of the words that we had a while ago. But this time, let's have eavesdrop. Sia Reese Bocauto got it correct. And CJ Damolo again. And Jan Scary. Okay, how will you spell eavesdrop? It is spelled as Eavesdrop. Again, do not eavesdrop. Secret convo. Okay, now shall we proceed to the fourth word? The fourth word is a verb. It means to prove or declare false. Okay, to prove or declare false. Our word is falsify. From the word false, our word is falsify. To prove or declare false. How will you spell the word falsify? falsify, making anything to be false, like falsification of documents. That is very wrong. Okay, how will you spell now falsify? Anybody? Let me see who can spell it. CJ Damola again. Aside from he's so fast in typing, I guess he has also the strongest internet connection. And so with Cia Reese and Mary Ann Pina, Florida, and a lot of you got it correct. Now, shall we have the last word? The last word is an adjective. It means morally despicable or abhorrent, meaning not good. The word is vile. Vile. Can you spell the word vile correctly? Again, vile means morally despicable or abhorrent. Okay, can anybody spell the word vile? Spell the word vile. How are you going to spell it correctly? Anybody? Let me see. Again, CJ. CJ the Molo. Perhaps it's in jumbled. Anybody? I have Travis Selmar. You got it correct. And Nelson Vile. Very good. Okay. So again, our words for this morning: agile, dismay, eavesdrop, falsify, and vile. Okay, shall we now proceed to our point to ponder this morning? Let's have this quote. Can you read with me on your end? Please let us read this together. Laziness pays off overnight. However, hard work pays off throughout your life. Again, laziness pays off overnight. However, hard work pays off throughout your life. We will know what does this quote mean after reading with our story. Are you now ready for our story? So let's have our story, the scholarship jacket. The small Texas school that I attended carried out a tradition every year during the eighth grade graduation. A beautiful gold and green jacket, the school colors, was awarded to the class valedictorian, the student who had maintained the highest grade for 8 years. The scholarship jacket had a big gold S on the left front side, and the winner's name was written in gold letters on the pocket. My oldest sister Rosie had won the jacket a few years back, and I fully expected to win also. I was 14 and in the eighth grade. I had been a straight A student since the first grade, and the last year I had looked forward to owning that jacket. My father was a farm laborer who couldn't earn enough money to feed 8 children. So when I was 6, I was given to my grandparents to raise. Now, for question number one, with that information from our story, how would you describe the economic status of the main character's family? Are they rich or are they struggling? When it comes to money, how would you describe? Because she was given to her grandfather and grandmother. For sure. Our audience will say, ma'am, they are poor or they are financially challenged. And then you are correct. Now, we'll proceed with our story. We couldn't participate in sports in school because there were registration fees, uniform costs, and trips out of town. So even though we were quite agile and athletic, there would never be a sports school jacket for us. This one, the scholarship jacket, was our only chance. In May, close to graduation, spring fever struck and no one paid attention in class. Instead, we stared out the windows and each other, wanting to speed up the last few weeks of school. I wandered from a history class in the gym. Then I remembered my PE shorts were still in a bag under my desk where I'd forgotten them. I had to walk all the way back and get them. Coach Thompson was a real bear if anyone wasn't dressed for PE. I was almost back at my classroom's door when I heard angry voices and arguing. I stepped. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I just hesitated, not knowing what to do. I needed those shorts, and as I was going to be late, but I didn't want to interrupt an argument between my teachers. Now, audience, who do you think is the topic of her teacher's argument? Mm-hmm. Who do you think was the topic of her teacher's argument? That our main character would not like to interrupt, would not like to enter the room to get the PE shorts. Okay, shall we now proceed? I recognized the voices. Mr. Smith, my history teacher, and Mr. Boone, my math teacher. They seemed to be arguing about me. I couldn't believe it. I still remember the shock that rooted me flat against the wall as I were trying to blend in the graffiti written there. I refuse to do it. I don't care who her father is. Her grades don't even begin to compare to Martha's. I won't lie or falsify records. Martha has a straight A plus average, and you know it. That was Mr. Smith, and he sounded very angry. Mr. Boone's voice sounded calm and quiet. Look, Juan's father is the only on the board. He owns the only store in town. We could say it was a close tie, and the pounding in my ears drowned out the rest. If only a word here and there filtered through. Martha is Mexican. Resign. Won't do it. Mr. Smith came rushing out. Luckily for me, went down the opposite way toward the auditorium, so he didn't see me. Shaking, I waited a few moments and then went in and grabbed my bag and fled from the room. Mr. Boone looked up when I came in, but didn't say anything. To this day, I don't remember if I got in trouble in PE for being late or how I made it through the rest of the afternoon. I went home very sad and cried into my pillow that night so grandmother wouldn't hear me. It seemed a cruel coincidence that I had overheard that conversation. What made Martha cry, dear audience? What made her sad? Why was she crying that night? Was she bullied? Or because of the things that she heard between the teachers of her, Mr. Boone and Mr. Smith? Okay? So I hope you are understanding the story, why she is crying. Now we'll proceed. The next day, when the principal called me into the office, I knew what it would be about. He looked uncomfortable and unhappy. I decided I wasn't going to make it easier for him, so I looked him straight in the eye. He looked away and fidgeted with the papers on his desk. Martha, he said, there's been a change in policy this year regarding the scholarship jacket. As you know, it has always been free. He cleared his throat and continued. This year, the board decided to charge $15, which still won't cover the complete cost of the jacket. I stared at him in shock, and a small sound of dismay escaped my throat. I hadn't expected this. He still avoided looking in my eyes. So, if you are unable to pay the $15 for the jacket, it will be given to the next one in line. Standing with all the dignity I could muster, I said, I'll speak to my grandfather about it, sir, and let you know and let you know tomorrow. I cried on the walk home from the bus stop. The dirt road was a quarter of a mile from the highway. So by the time I got home, my eyes were red and puffy. Where's Grandpa? I asked Grandma, looking down at the floor so he wouldn't ask me why I'd been crying. She was sewing on a quilt and then looked up. I think he is out back working in the bean field. Grandpa, I have a big favor to ask you, I said in Spanish, the only language he knew. He still waited silently. I tried again. Grandpa, this year the principal said the scholarship jacket is not going to be free. It's going to cost $15 and I have to take the money tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be given to someone else. I waited desperately, hoping he'd say I could have the money. He turned to me and asked quietly, what does the scholarship jacket mean? I answered quickly, maybe there was a chance. It means you've earned it by having the highest grades for 8 years, and that's why they're giving it to you. Too late, I realized the significance of my words. Finally, he spoke again. Then, if you pay for it, Martha, it's not a scholarship jacket, is it? Tell your principal I will not pay the $15. It was very sad and withdrawn girl who dragged into the principal's office the next day. This time, he did look me in the eyes. What did your grandfather say? I sat very straight in my chair. He said to tell you he would pay the $15. Why? He finally asked. Your grandfather has the money. Doesn't he own a small bean farm? I looked at him, forcing my eyes to stay dry. He said if I had to pay for it, then it wouldn't be a scholarship jacket. I said and stood up to leave. I guess you'll just have to give it to Joanne. Now, what do you think would be the principal's decision? Do you think he will give the scholarship jacket to the rank to Joanne or to Martha, who is the very, shall we say, deserving to have the jacket, having the straight A grades? What would be the principal's decision since Martha wasn't given the $15 money by his grandfather? We'll know. We'll proceed now. I was almost to the door when he stopped me. Martha, wait. We'll make an exception in your case. I'll tell the board you'll get your jacket. I could hardly believe it. Oh, thank you, sir. Suddenly, I felt great. I couldn't wait to tell Grandpa and ran straight to the field. The principal said he's making an exception for me, Grandpa, and I'm getting the jacket after all. That's after I told him what you said. Grandpa didn't say anything. He just gave me a pat on the shoulder and smiled. Now, that's the end of our story, The Scholarship Jacket, written by Martha Salinas. Okay, so did you get anything? What have you learned from our story this morning about the scholarship jacket? Consider yourself as Martha. Martha, what do you think? Was his grandfather right? Not paying for the jacket? What have you learned? Can you type now in the comment box? What moral or what lesson did you get from our story? Anybody? Give your best idea. What have you learned aside from you are enjoying the story because SFS Dark said, wow, story. Can you type in now? What have you learned from our story this morning? What moral or what lesson did you learn? Anybody? I'm waiting for your answer, dear audience. Can you give the one sentence moral or lesson that you got from our story this morning, the scholarship jacket? Let me check in the comment section who among you now can give us the moral. Uh-huh. Do you think the moral of the lesson, moral of the story is difficult to get? For you, was the grandfather of Martha is correct in his decision? What is our moral? Not compromise, according to Yael in Carges. Wow, two words yet very correct. Uh-huh. So, very nice. Do not compromise. Stick to what is correct. Okay, you are correct, Yael. Anybody? Others are giving just the emojis. Always be active at school. According to Nelson Angela, you are correct, honey. That in school, you should be participative. Like Martha, who can get the award. Perhaps not a jacket, but medal, and it will make your family even prouder. Always be active at school. Standing for what is right po. According to Travis, yeah, you said it right. Stand for what is right. Amazing. Elementary pupils. May I have some answer from our high school students naman? Uh-huh. What lesson or moral did you get? I want to hear. Good morning from PNHS, Ashanti Novi. Uh-huh. So we have here high school students watching with us. Can you type in now? What is the moral or the lesson? Can I have the last one, please? Type in now your idea on what lesson did you learn. May I see? I'm sure a lot of you are typing, but it's not reflecting here. Standing for what is right again from Travis. Some more, or it's a bit loading in my screen over here. Okay, so we'll have it later instead. So now let me reveal to you what are the moral of the story or the lessons. The first one is hard work pays off. It means that when you are working hard, you are studying hard, of course, you will get what is the reward for you. Perhaps not a jacket, perhaps not a medal, but the success in the future. Don't you worry if you're not the straight A student, but if you are working so hard in your studies, then you can enjoy the rewards in the near future. Tristan said, discrimination and perseverance. Yeah, there was a discrimination, especially that Martha was poor, but she was very persevering individual. That's why she won. Study hard, according to Micah. Another lesson is fight for what you deserve. Do you agree that what you deserve, you should fight for it? Do not compromise. And the third one, never falsify any truth. Very good. Mr. Smith was very good. He never wanted to falsify that Martha really got the highest grade. And so Martha is the most deserving to get the scholarship jacket. Okay, so there you have it. Our lessons from the story. Let's take a look. Let's go back to our point to ponder. Listen, laziness pays off overnight. However, hard work pays off throughout your life. Yeah. If you are lazy, perhaps you will feel the success just one night. But if you will work hard like Martha, she works hard for 8 years, then she deserved the best. Okay? Even throughout her life. So students, don't get tired of working hard, answering bulk of modules, attending classes, because your hard work will pay off very soon. Just be patient. Okay? Next, let's have our comprehension check. Get ready to answer my questions this morning. Just type in the number and the letter of your answer to the item, to the questions in each item. Are you ready now? Let's have question number 1. The scholarship jacket in the story is given to the person who A. Popular, B. Who is talented, C. Who has the highest grade, D. Who has powerful parents. Again, the scholarship jacket in the story is given to the person who A. who is popular, B, who is talented, C, who has the highest grade, D, who has powerful parents. What is your answer? Who deserves to have the scholarship jacket? And Nelson and SFS Dark said it's letter C, who has the highest grade. And also Jans and Ariel. You got it correct, guys. Now let's proceed with our question number 2. Why was Martha has been raised by her grandparents since she was 6? A. Her parents died. B. Her parents were sick. C. Her parents were poor. D. Her parents abandoned her. Again, why was Martha has been raised by her grandparents since she was 6? A. Her parents died. B. Her parents were sick. C. Her parents were poor. D. Her parents abandoned her. What's your answer? A lot of you says it's letter C. Her parents were poor. Then you are correct. Amazing, audience. Now let's proceed to our third question. Based on the events, we can infer that A. Mr. Smith is an honest man. B. Martha is Mr. Smith's favorite student. C. Mr. Smith gave in and changed Martha's grades. D. Mr. Smith and Mr. Boone were not in good terms. What's your answer, audience? Again, based on the events, we can infer that A. Mr. Smith is an honest man. B. Martha is Mr. Smith's favorite student. C. Mr. Smith gave in and changed Martha's grades. Letter D. Mr. Smith and Mr. Boone were not in good terms. What is your answer, dear audience? Nelson Angela Badayos Ivarola said it's letter A. And you got it correct, Nelson. And Ariel also got it right. And Mary Ann Palma and Jans. Thank you. And now we'll have the item number 4, which best describes the character of grandpa or grandfather. Which best describes the character of grandpa. A, he is wise. B, he is hateful. C, he is cheerful. D, he is narrow-minded. What's your answer for number 4? Which adjective here describes the best for the character of grandpa? A, he is wise. B, hateful. C, cheerful. D, narrow-minded. CJ got it correct. And Yael. And Lee Manuel Manlangit Takmoy. You got it correct. It's letter A. Grandpa is indeed wise. Now, for the 5th and last item. By grandpa saying that he wouldn't pay for the jacket means A. Martha did not deserve it. B. It is not worth the money. C. A real reward should not be bought. And letter D. He wanted to teach Martha not to become ambitious. Again, by grandpa saying that he wouldn't pay for the jacket means A. Martha did not deserve it. B. It is not worth the money. C. A real reward should not be bought. And letter D. He wanted to teach Martha not to be so ambitious. What's your answer? A lot of you are saying it's letter C. Very good. Good job, dear audience. Amazing audience. Very participative. Thank you very much. So that's the end of our story, the scholarship jacket. I would like to say thank you to our dear pupils and students for actively participating and for having unlimited stories for reading delights every Friday morning. We'll see you again next time to our education, to our DepEd Panabo City personnel. Thank you so much for this opportunity and to our technical working group. Thank you and God bless everyone. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you, Ma'am Sheila.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you, Ma'am Elsie Inigo of San Vicente National High School with the story that she has given, the scholarship jacket. The moral of the story, it says here, hard work pays off. And fight for what you deserve. Thirdly is never falsify any truth. Ayan, napakaganda na kanyang ibinigay sa atin. Can we give Ma'am Elsie a heart also and a clap? Ayan, sa napakaganda na story na binahagi niya sa atin ngayong umaga. Ayan po, sa lahat po ng ating mga FB viewers, we would like to thank you because you are so participating or you are so actively participating in our program this very day. Ayan po, napakaganda ng ating mga pinag-uusapan ngayong umaga. Ayan, thank you Yael, M. and Carcass for giving hearts and for giving clubs. Also for Micah de la Peña for the hearts and for the clubs. For Ma'am LCO Inigo sa kanyang ibinahagi sa atin ngayong umaga na napakagandang istorya. For Diana Lee Toribio, thank you so much for the hearts and for the claps. For Micah de la Peña, ayan, thank you so much for giving hearts and for giving claps for Ma'am LCO Inigo. Now this time, let us proceed to our last storyteller this very morning. Ayan po. Our storyteller is coming from Panabo City National High School. At ang kanilang reading program ay Proyektong Athena. Ang kanilang school principal is si Ma'am Memia B. Infiesto. Ayan po, ang kanyang kwento na ibabahagi sa atin ngayong umaga ay pinamagatang ang mapagbigay na puno ni Shel Silverstein. Ayan. Ito ay isinalin sa Filipino ni Sheila C. Molina. At ito ay ginuhit ni Brian Arevalo. The source of the story is Mabunga Elementary School main YouTube channel. Ayan po. So this time, let's help me welcome our storyteller this very moment, Ma'am Jeneline U. Fuentes.
Innovation, inspiration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, lalong-lalo na sa mga mag-aaral, mga magulang, kaguruan, at sa lahat ng tagapanood at tagapakinig ng Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights. At sa umagang ito, ako ang inyong kwentista, Teacher Jeneline, na magbabahagi sa inyo ng isang kwento na may aral at naway baunin ninyo ito. Okay? Bago tayo magsimula sa ating kwento, ano ba ang inyong nakikita na larawan? Ano ang inyong nakikita na larawan? Okay? Dear audience, tingnan ko nga kung ano ang inyong kasagutan. Okay? Kung ang sagot ninyo ay puno, okay, that is correct o tama. Okay? Ang puno na iyan ay may kinalaman sa ating kwento dahil ang ating kwento ay pinamagatang ang mapagbigay na punong kahoy ni Shel Silverstein. Ito ay isinulat ni Shel Silverstein, isinalin sa Filipino ni Sheila Molina, iginuhit ni Brian Arevalo, at mula sa Mabunga ES main YouTube channel ang presentasyon na ito. Okay, bago tayo magpatuloy, ano nga ba ang ating tunguhin para sa kwentong ito? Napaliliwanag ang mensahe at kaisipang nais iparating ng inyong napakinggang kwento o mapakikinggan na kwento. Okay? Sino-sino nga ba ang tauhan sa kwentong ito? Kilalanin muna natin sila. Una ay ang bata. Ang bata ay ang matalik na kaibigan ng punong kahoy. At pangalawa ay ang punong kahoy. Ang punong kahoy na ito ay ang punong mapagbigay sa kanyang kaibigang bata. Ano-ano naman ang talasalitaan para sa kwento? Una ay ang una ay ang punong kahoy. Ano nga ba ang punong kahoy? Ang punong kahoy ay anumang halaman na binubuo mula ugat hanggang sanga ng matigas na hibla ng halaman na kung tawagin ay kahoy o wood sa Ingles. Sa Ingles, kilala natin ito sa tree. Pangalawa ay magduyan. Ito ay isang salitang kilos na ang ibig sabihin ay nakasakay sa isang duyan. Next is lilim. Ang lilim ay ang anino ng anumang bagay na nasisikatan ng araw. Pang-apat ay ang sanga. Ang sanga ay pinakabisig o galamay na tumutubo sa katawan ng punong kahoy. Maglayag. Ito ay nangangahulugan na maglakbay sa dagat. Tuod, isang parte ng puno na siyang tuwid o matigas. At magpahinga, nakagiginhawang pagtigil sa anumang gawain. Sa Ingles, resting or rest. Okay? Handa na ba kayong pakinggan ang ating kwento? Okay? Ang kwento ay pinamagatang Ang Mapagbigay na Punong Kahoy ni Shel Silverstein. Noon, may isang punong kahoy na nagmamahal sa isang batang paslit. Araw-araw, dumarating ang bata para pumulot ng mga dahon, gumawa ng korona at magkunwari na hari ng kagubatan. Inaakyat niya ang puno, nagpapaduyan-duyan sa kanyang mga sanga, namimitas ng mga prutas at naglalaro ng tago-taguan. Bago tayo magpatuloy, subukin natin kung nakinig ba talaga kayo sa ating unang bahagi ng ating kwento. Tanong, gaano kadalas bisitahin ng bata ang puno sa simula ng kwento? Gaano kadalas bisitahin ng bata ang puno? A. Linggo-linggo, B. Araw-araw, C. Buwan-buwan. I-comment ang inyong mga sagot. Dear audience, the answer of SFS Dark is B. Rosemary Miliomida is B. And Travis, letter B. Kung B ang inyong sagot, ito ay nangangahulugan na kayo ay tama. Okay? Ang tamang sagot ay letter B. Araw-araw niyang binibisita ang kanyang kaibigang punong kahoy. Magpatuloy tayo. At kung siya'y napapagod, nagpapahinga siya sa lilim ng puno at lubusang minahal ng bata ang punong kahoy. At ang puno'y naging masaya. Makalipas ang panahon at ang bata'y lumaki. Ang puno'y madalas na naiwang mag-isa. Ngunit, isang araw, dumating ang bata. Kaalaman check number 2. Saan nagpapahinga ang bata kapag napapagod? Saan nagpapahinga ang bata kapag napapagod? Letter A. Sanga ng puno. Letter B. Damuhan. Letter C. Lilim ng puno. Okay, i-comment ang inyong sagot. Saan nagpapahinga ang bata kapag napapagod? A. Sanga ng puno. B. Damuhan. C. Lilim ng puno. Okay, according to Rosemary, letter C, SFS Dark, letter C. Okay. At ang tamang sagot ay letter C. Nagpapahinga ang bata sa lilim ng puno kapag napagod siya sa kanyang paglalaro. Halika, bata! Akyatin mo ako at magpaduyan-duyan sa aking mga sanga. Pitasin ang aking mga prutas. Maglaro sa lilim ko at masiyahan. Wika ng puno. Matanda na ako para makipaglaro. Gusto kong magpakasaya. Kailangan ko ng mga kagamitan. Kailangan ko ng pera. Wika ng bata.
Pasensya ka na,
Wika ng punong kahoy.
wala akong salapi. Meron lang akong mga prutas. Kunin mo ang mga prutas ko at ibenta mo sa bayan. Magkakaroon ka ng pera at ikaw ay liligaya.
Pinitas ng bata ang mga prutas at dinala sa malayo. At ang puno ay nasiyahan. Ngunit matagal na nawala ang bata at ang puno ay nalungkot. Okay? Tanong? Ano ang unang pangangailangan ng bata nang siya ay tumanda na? Ano ang unang pangangailangan ng bata nang siya ay tumanda na? Letter A, salapi. Letter B, pera. Letter C, A at B. Okay, ano nga ba yung unang pangangailangan ng bata at kanyang hinihingi sa kanyang kaibigan? A, salapi. B, pera. C, A at B. Okay, tignan natin ang inyong mga sagot. Ang sagot ni Eliza ay letter C, Dinali, letter C, at ang tamang sagot ay letter C, A at B. Dahil ang salitang pera at salapi ay magkasing kahulugan. Ito ay nangangahulugang money sa Ingles. Ngunit isang araw, nagbalik ang bata at ang puno'y nasiyahan.
Halika, bata. Akyatin mo ako at magpaduyan-duyan sa aking mga sanga.
Wala akong panahon umakyat sa puno.
Gusto kong makapag-asawa. Gusto kong magkapamilya. Kailangan ko ng bahay. Maaari mo ba akong tulungan? Wala akong bahay.
Sabi ng punong kahoy.
Ang gubat ang aking bahay. Kung gusto mo, putulin mo ang aking mga sanga upang makapagpatayo ka ng bahay at ikaw ay liligaya.
Pinutol nga ng bata ang mga sanga ng puno at muling lumayo upang magpatayo ng bahay at ang puno ay nasiyahan. Kaalaman check number 4. Sa ikalawang pagkakataon, ano ang pangangailangan ng kaibigan ng puno? Sa ikalawang pagkakataon, ano ang pangangailangan ng kaibigan ng puno o ng bata? A. Bahay. B. Pera. C. Bangka. A. Bahay. B. Pera. C. Bangka. Itingnan natin ang inyong mga sagot. Okay, letter. According to Micah, letter A. Rosemary, letter A. Travis, letter A. Jeanette, letter A. At ang tamang sagot ay letter A o bahay. Kasi nga gusto niya nang makapag-asawa at magkapamilya. Magagamit niya ito bilang kanilang tahanan. Matagal na nawala ang bata at sa kanyang pagbalik, lubos na nasiyahan ang puno.
Halika, bata. Tayo na at maglaro.
Matanda na ako at lubhang nalulungkot para makipaglaro. Nais kong magkaroon ng bangka para lumayo. Maaari mo ba akong tulungan?
Putulin mo ang aking katawan at gawing bangka. Ikaw ay makapaglalayag at ikaw ay liligaya.
Okay? Yun ang sabi ng puno. Kaya't pinutol ng bata ang puno, gumawa ng bangka at naglayag. Ang puno ay nasiyahan, ngunit hindi nang lubusan. Pagkalipas ng matagal na panahon, nagbalik muli ang bata. Okay? Kaalaman check bilang 5. Ano ang pangangailangan ng kaibigan ng puno sa ikatlong pagkakataon? Ano ang pangangailangan ng kaibigan mo ng puno o ng bata sa ikatlong pagkakataon? Letter A, bangka. Letter B, bahay. Letter C, pera. Okay? Ang sagot ni Herson ay letter A. Di CJ, letter A. Lee Manuel, letter A. Kay Michael, letter A, bangka. At ang tamang sagot ay letter A o bangka. Kasi siya ay nalulungkot at gustong magpakalayo-layo. Pagpatuloy natin. Pasensya na, bata. Wala na akong maibibigay pa sa iyo. Ubus na ang mga prutas ko. Mahina na ang ipin ko para sa mga prutas. Wala na akong mga sanga. Hindi na ako bata para magpaduyan-duyan. Wala na akong katawan. Hindi ko na kayang umakyat ng puno. Matanda na ako. Pasensya na. Sana meron pa akong maibibigay sa iyo. Pero wala nang natira. Ako'y isang matandang tuod na lamang. Pasensya na, sabi ng puno. Wala na akong kinakailangan ngayon, sabi ng bata. Ang nais ko lang ay isang tahimik na lugar upang magpahinga. Kung gayon, ang matandang tuod ay magandang upuan at pahingahan. Halika, bata, at umupo. Umupo ka at magpahinga. At gayon nga ang ginawa ng bata at ang puno ay nasiyahan. At yon ang wakas ng ating kwento sa umagang ito. Okay? Subukin natin kung talagang sinubaybayan nyo ang kwento at naunawaan ninyo ito. Subukin ninyong sagutin ang mga katanungan sa hamon ng pag-unawa. Unang tanong, sa kwentong napakinggan, ano ang binigay ng puno para magkapera ang kaibigan? Sa kwentong napakinggan, ano ang binigay na tulong ng puno para magkapera ang kaibigan niyang bata? Okay, comment ang inyong mga sagot. Ano nga ba ang tulong na ibinigay ng puno para magkapera ang kaibigang bata? Sagot ni Lee Manuel, ang prutas. Kay Dinah Lee, prutas. Tristan, prutas at tama. Tama ang inyong mga sagot. Ibinigay ng puno ang kanyang mga prutas na maaaring ibenta ng kaibigan. Kalawang tanong, sinong tauhan sa kwento ang may katangiang mapagbigay? Sinong tauhan sa kwento ang may katangiang mapagbigay? Sino nga ba ang mapagbigay doon sa kwento? I-comment ang inyong mga sagot. Tingnan natin ang sagot ninyo. Dear audience, sino nga ba ang tauhan sa kwento na mapagbigay? Okay, ang sagot ni Lisel ay ang puno. Nelson, puno. Maika, puno. At ang tamang sagot ay ang puno o punong kahoy. Ang mapagbigay na tauhan sa kwento. Pangatlong tanong, bakit gusto ng matanda na magkabahay o bakit gusto ng kaibigan ng puno na magkabahay na siya? Ano ba ang hangarin niya? Bakit gusto niyang magkabahay? Para saan ang bahay na gagamitin niya? Katlong tanong, bakit gusto ng matanda na magkabahay? Tingnan natin ang inyong mga sagot. Okay, ano ba ang dahilan? Bakit gusto magkabahay ng kaibigan ng punong kahoy o yung bata? Okay? Ay ang sagot ni Lisel ay para makapag-asawa. Kay SFS Dark, asawa. O mag-asawa at mag-pamilya. Ang sagot naman ni Rosalinda, Inojales. At ang tamang sagot ay ang dahil gusto na niyang mag-asawa at magka-pamilya. Magagamit niya ang bahay na ito upang maging tahanan o kanilang pasilungan. Ikaapat na tanong, paano tinulungan ng puno ang kanyang kaibigang lalaki? Sa anong paraan ibinigay ng puno ang kanyang mga tulong sa kanyang kaibigang bata o sa kanyang kaibigang lalaki? Paano nga ba? Paano niya ibinigay ang kanyang tulong bilang isang kaibigan? Paano niya tinulungan ang kanyang kaibigan? Kung ang sagot ninyo ay sa pagbibigay ng mga pangangailangan niya, which is yung bangka, yung prutas, ang tamang sagot ay ang tama. Tama yung sagot ninyo na binigay niya o binigay ng puno ang mga pangangailangan ng kanyang kaibigan nang walang pag-aalin-langan. Tunay ngang kaibigan ang puno. Kalimang tanong, tungkol saan ang kwentong napakinggan? Tungkol saan ang kwentong napakinggan? Ano ang paksa ng kwentong inyong napakinggan? Ano ba ang paksa natin sa umagang ito? Tungkol saan ba ang kwento? Itingnan natin ang kasagutan ninyo, dear audience. Tungkol saan ang kwentong inyong napakinggan? Ito ay tungkol sa pagkakaibigan ng puno at ng tao. Tungkol ito sa pagkakaibigan, particularly sa tao at sa puno o ng tao at ng kalikasan. Bukod pa rito, ipinapakita ang kabutihang dulot ng kalikasan kung ating aalagaan. Bilang huling tanong, ano ang mensahe ng kwento? Ano ang mensahe ng kwento bilang tagapanood o tagapakinig? Ano ang aral na inyong napulot sa kwento? Ano nga ba ang mensahe ng kwento na nais iiwan sa atin ng kwentong ang mapagbigay na punong kahoy? Tingnan natin ang kasagutan ninyo. I-comment ang inyong sagot sa comment section. Ano ba ang nais ituro ng kwento o ano ang aral na inyong napulot? Ano ang mensahe? Sagot ni Herson, mapagbigay. Maging mapagbigay. Ang kay Nelson naman, palaging mapagbigay sa kaibigan. Maging mapagbigay sa ating kapwa. Ano pa ang inyong pagtutulungan? Ang sabi ni Herson, ang sagot naman ni Micah, dapat marunong tayong magbigay sa ating kapwa kung may kailangan sila. Tama ang inyong mga sagot. Kailangan nating maging mapagbigay. Sa katunayan, maraming aral ang nais ituro at ipaabot ng kwento na dapat nating itatak sa ating isip. Una, pahalagahan ang mga bagay at taong nakapalibot sa iyo. Diba? Dahil masyado ng abala ang bata, kaibigang bata, dahil sa kanyang pagtanda, nakakalimutan niya na ang kanyang kaibigang punong kahoy. Pangalawa, matutong magpasalamat sa biyaya at makontento. Huwag hingi ng hingi, makontento sa biyaya na meron kayo. Pangatlo, subuking hanapan ng solusyon ang problema sa sarili ninyong paraan. Ang pagtakbo o pagtalikod sa pagsubok ay hindi solusyon. Kung babalikan ninyo ang kwento, di ba? Dahil laging malungkot ang bata sa kanyang buhay, gusto niyang magkalayo-layo. Tandaan, harapin ang inyong problema at huwag itong talikuran. Pang-apat, ang tunay na kaibigan ay tutulungan ka sa anumang paraan dahil ang pagkakaibigan ay pagmamahalan. Okay, nais kong bigyang linaw, ang pagmamahalan na ito ay ang uri ng pagmamahal na tinatawag nating philia o yung pagbibigay pagmamahal sa ating kapwa nang walang nararamdaman na romantikong atraksyon. Panlima, iwasan ang pakikipag-ugnayan o pakikipagkapwa-tao na mapang-abuso. Kapag nakita ninyo na ang tao ay hingi ng hingi sa inyo, pagkatapos na aabuso na kayo, okay, layuan mo ito dahil yan ay hindi maganda ang idudulot sa inyo. Tandaan, huwag ka lamang hingi ng hingi. Marunong ka dapat magbahagi kung ano ang nasa iyo at alagaan ang ating kalikasan. Sa huli, kakambal ng pagmamahal ang pagsasakripisyo. Okay, tandaan ninyo na ang pagkakaibigan ay may pagmamahal at sa bawat pagmamahal ay may pagsasakripisyo. Iyon lamang para sa umagang ito at dito nagtatapos ang ating kwento para sa Filipino na may pamagat na ang mapagbigay na punong kahoy. Naway may natutunan kayo sa ating kwento at baunin ninyo ang inyong natutunan. Iyon lamang at muli ako ang inyong kwentista, Teacher Jen. Paalam!
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Jeneline U. Fuentes of Panabo City National High School. Ayan po, sa pagbibigay sa atin ng istorya o ang kwento na pinamagatang ang pagbibigay o ang mapagbigay na puno ni Shel Silverstein. Ayan po, na may aral o gitong aral na ibinahagi sa atin si Ma'am Jeneline or Jeneline. Ang totoong pagkakaibigan ay may pagmamahal at sa bawat pagmamahal may sakripisyo. Ika nga, mayroon tayong kasabihan na may kakambal ang pag-ibig at ang kakambal nito ay ang pagbibigay. Ayan po, ang pagbibigay ng mga sakripisyo para lang sa ating mga minamahal. Maraming salamat once again, Ma'am Jeneline U. Fuentes of Panabo City National High School. Ayan po. Ayan. Dito nagtatapos ang ating pagkukwento ngayong umaga. Can we give also a heart and a clap for Ma'am Jeneline Fuentes sa napakagandang istorya na ibinahagi niya sa atin. Ayan. Thank you, her son, Salmasan Mobera. Thank you, ma'am. And a hearts for you. Ayan po, napakaganda ng kanyang mga responses o mga responses ng ating mga FB viewers ngayong umaga. So, maraming salamat po sa ating lahat. Bago po tayo tuluyang magtapos at maghiwa-hiwalay, ayan po, meron din tayong i-acknowledge. Thank you, Sir De La Peña. Thank you, Ma'am De La Peña, for the hearts and for the claps that you have given to Ma'am Jeneline U. Fuentes. Ayan po, bago po tayo tuluyang maghiwa-hiwalay, let me give you the short recap sa lahat po ng ating mga participants this very morning, sa lahat ng ating mga storytellers, at sa ating mga people interactors. We would like to thank our storytellers na naging bahagi sa atin ngayong araw na ito sa napakagandang pagkukwento na ibinigay at ibinahagi nila sa ating lahat. We would like to thank Ma'am Sarah B. Lozano of Dato Abdul Elementary School, Ma'am Jeneline C. Hamago of San Vicente Elementary School, Ma'am Jenny Muanya Madelo of Nurisaya Central Elementary School, Ma'am Miracel A. Diaz of Rodrigo D. Mabitag Senior Elementary School. Also to Ma'am Elsa Inigo of San Vicente National High School. To Ma'am Jeneline U. Fuentes of Panabo City National High School, and to Ma'am Shirley May Joy E. Habonillo of Rizal Elementary School. At sa lahat po ng ating mga people interactors ngayon or kanina na naging bahagi sa atin ngayong araw na ito sa ating programa dito sa Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights. We would like to thank Lorenzo Eroy of Datu Abdul Elementary School, Luke Ischael P. Duping, Rizal Elementary School, Erickson Neil Ibabaw of San Vicente Elementary School, Dexel Rapas of New Visayas Central Elementary School. Ayan po, nagpapasalamat kami sa lahat ng mga parents ng ating mga people interactors today na naging bahagi sa atin at pagbibigay ng pahintulot sa kanilang mga anak na maging people interactors ng kanilang mga storytellers or kanilang mga teachers this very morning. At sila po ay isa sa mga malaking ibinahagi ang kanilang suporta dito sa ating programa. Maraming salamat po, parents, for giving the consent to your children to be part of our program this very day. Ayan po. And also, we would like to thank also our DepEd officials na sila talaga yung mga kanabitaw naga-mind ba, naga-mastermind dito kaayo. Sila ang mga mastermind nato din sa Panabo City Division para mahimod yung makabuluhan ng ato ang mga panag-uban sa matag karunya o nagabuhat og mga programa alang sa kalambuan sa atong mga estudyante din sa Panabo City Division, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Dr. Reynante Solitario, and of course, to Ma'am Febit K. Refamonte, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, to Surgeon Warrior Yamota, our CID Chief, to Ma'am Aileen Anuevo, our SGOD Chief, and of course, sa lahat po ng ating mga program or education program supervisors, Ma'am Maria Perpetual G. Suelto, our education program supervisor in English, as well as our division reading coordinator. Thank you po, ma'am. And of course, to our education program supervisor in Filipino, Sir Peter Rijares, to our education program supervisor in MTB MLE, Ma'am Joanny Aguilar, at sa lahat po ng ating mga education program supervisors dito sa Panabo City Division. Of course, we would like to thank the public schools district supervisors and of course the public elementary and secondary school heads. Magpapasalamat din tayo sa ating host school, ang ating New Visayas Central Elementary School headed by their school principal, Sir Julius I. Suelto. Wala kayo po sa iyahang pagsuporta sa atong mga programa, labi na din sa Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, we would like also to acknowledge and to thank the Division Digital Media Production team headed by Sir June Aguilon. Maraming salamat po, Sir June, for giving us as always sa ating mga links para po sa ating StreamYards at sa lahat po ng ating links for the FB na mga sa YouTube channel na pagbibigay natin na pwede tayo maka-access, makikita at masubaybayan ng ating mga pagkukwento na ginagawa dito sa Unlimited Stories for Reading the Lights. Nagpapasalamat din kami sa ating local technical working group of New Visayas Central Elementary School headed by our controller for today, Sir Roland Obeso. Maraming salamat po, sir. And of course, nandyan din si Ma'am Kimberly Absin, Ma'am Davy Love Ramos, Ma'am Jenly Muanya, Ma'am Lenny Pausal, sa lahat po ng mga sumusuporta sa atin, sa ating pagkukwento ngayon sa inyong lahat. Ayan. And of course, we would like also to thank ang lahat po ng mga naging bahagi sa atin ngayong umaga, sa ating mga pagkukwento. Do not forget to like our page of Panabo City Division Reading the Lights. Thank you for spending your time with us. Sa lahat po ng ating mga sa lahat po na nanonood sa atin dito sa DepEd Panabo City, YouTube channel, Facebook Live, at saka Cable TV Channel 1. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. We would like also to thank Ma'am Alexandra Chu and Sir James Chu. Maraming salamat po, ma'am and sir. At sa lahat po ng nakinig sa atin dito lamang sa New Visayas On Air, 99.0 AM Radio. For a good start, maraming salamat po. And this time, see you again on our next sets of stories dito lamang sa Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights with the partnership of TV ARALAN of Panabo City Division. Daghan kayong salamat sa inyong kanunayan nga suporta dinhi sa atong programa. Once again, I am Teacher Sheila Marie S. De Los Reyes na nagsasabi sa ating lahat that when it is Friday, it's Reading Day. God bless po sa ating lahat and stay safe. Bye-bye! Alright. Continue to give your hearts sa lahat po ng ating mga
Minsan sa buhay ay may mga tanong kung bakit ganito, ganyan at nagkaganon.
Sa paglalakbay sa hamon ng buhay ay matutunan natin na maging matatag at matibay.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdadaanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema. Ngunit kaagapay ang bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa.
Asahan mong kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot sa anumang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala. Tunay na pinagpala. Kapag kakaisa ng bawat layunin ay makikita ang malasakit at ika'y diringgin.
Ilalayo sa pangamba, ilalapit sa pangarap, pangarap na makamit ang kinabukasan.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdaraanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema. Ngunit kakapay na bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot saan mang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala. Tunay na pinagpala.
Sa paglipas ng oras ng buhay,
baon-baon ang kaalamang hatid ng ating gabay.
di magatubili sa pagkamit ng ating gamin.
Ikaw at ako, maghahayag ng palibagong mundo.
Panibagong ikaw.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot saan mang sulok ng mundo, kami may tiwala. Tunay na pinagpala. Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot saan mang sulok ng mundo, kami may tiwala.